Oh, it's not enter. Enhance. Hey guys, welcome back to We Watch Movie. I am Mike.
I am Jay. Hey, Star Bright, Earth says hello. That's from the Charlie and the Chocolate Factory. I just watched that about a week ago. I don't know, man. I it's such a weird movie, Charlie and the Chocolate Factory with Johnny Depp. Sometimes I fucking hate it, and then other times like it's pretty good.
Oh, I can't even. I've never made it through that one.
It's all right. It just gets really off keel. I mean, I think it's closer to the source material than the original Willy Wonka, but the Gene Wilder one is classic and will always be classic. But I think that because of Tim Burton's involvement and then Johnny Depp playing like a weird bucktooth, like scary dude, like I don't know. I felt like it tried to be horror. They could have made that movie horror, and I think it would have been like awesome if they had gone all the way into horror, which it kind of was. But if they just pushed all the way into like a horror movie, I think it would have been amazing.
Yeah, that would have been better. Yeah, Johnny Depp weirds me out in that movie, and like I just can't do it. I can't even watch it. And plus, I just don't like I haven't liked the Tim Burton Johnny Depp team up since like fucking Edward Scissorhands.
I like the Corpse Bride.
Corpse Bride's not bad.
That's
audio, right? Like so.
Yeah, I am. Yeah, I thought there was another one that he did that was pretty good. Edward Scissorhands was good. I don't know. Oh no, it wasn't him. Never mind. I did like I did like the Ninth Gate. Not the Ninth Gate. Well, the Ninth Gate wasn't bad. The Secret Window, but that wasn't Tim Burton.
Yeah, he ruled in Secret Window. I love that movie. That's whenever I do writing, I'll go get a big oversized sweater and I smoke Marlboro Reds and I pretend I'm Johnny Depp in Secret Window.
Yeah, you probably smell like Swisher Sweets. Yeah. He looks like he smells like Swisher Sweets, Newport, and like brandy in that movie.
He looks like he smells like patchouli.
But he would probably smell good. Like he would smell like a drunk, but he would smell like a really good, like good cologne drunk.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Just Johnny Depp in general. Hey, Mike White here. What's up, my friend? Bush light drinking son of a bitch.
I'll show you my secret with no if you show me yours. By the way, did you hear about Microsoft?
No.
Dude,
are they dead?
No, they'll never die. You'll never kill that beast. They were in a deal arrangement. They were going to buy, and I mean, they're going to appeal it. But they were in a possibility of acquiring Activision Blizzard for $69 billion. By the way, or $68 billion. This would give them direct control over. But this would give them direct control over Call of Duty and Candy Crush. They would own it essentially. And so there's like 3 regulatory bodies that you have to go through to be approved for a deal like this. You have to get through the UK, USA, and then the European Union, which I didn't even know this shit. Like you had to do all this stuff just to buy a company. But Microsoft has bought like Bethesda, Nvidia, and then they're in the process of doing this. And Sony was pissed because Sony was like, well, they're going to take away Call of Duty and make it an Xbox exclusive. And then we're fucked. It's going to ruin. And that's why the UK blocked it. They said it would ruin innovation and competition in the marketplace by allowing Microsoft to control Activision Blizzard. The thing about Activision, by the way, wants to steal. It's not like it's a hostile takeover or anything like that. There was no guns involved. But the weird thing is that it's not really about them making an exclusive title for like Call of Duty being exclusive to the Xbox, which of course they do it. But it's mainly about they want to make at some point the first Netflix of games. Like they have it, like Game Pass is already doing it, but what they eventually want to do is have it in the same type of level of Netflix, so you can stream their games on your phone, on your console, or on your TV by using a monthly subscription service. So the more games they would have in their catalog, the bigger and better they'd be. So they're trying to get ahead of the curve because Sony beats them regularly, usually on exclusive titles and in just in performance levels. I mean, I like Xbox, but we'll be real here. PS5 looks fucking amazing. It really does. Those graphics are fucking insane. And Nintendo,
I'm really gonna switch that to PlayStation next time I buy a console.
Well, and then Nintendo's Nintendo's got nostalgia and everybody loves Mario and fucking things up with Zelda and his shit, or Link. But yeah, dude, it was crazy. I've never heard that you had to go through 3 regulatory bodies. I just thought it was like, hey, got like $70 billion, man. I'll buy your company. It's like, all right, cool. And that's it.
There's a face I haven't seen in a minute. What's up, Mad Hatter? Yeah, well, I mean, dude, I saw a trailer. There's a video game that I'm gonna play when it comes out, and I've been waiting for it. It's called like the Gray Hill Incident, and it's gonna be on PC and I guess just PS5, I think. But so I guess I'll get it on PC. I don't know, but I'm playing it. It's literally an alien game. Like you walk around and like these aliens are you're on a farm or whatever, and like alien, like the actual like aliens are showing up, and in the gameplay trailer, like these fuckers are just walking around everywhere. It looks scary as shit because you know that stuff gets to me. But at the end of the trailer, it shocked the shit out of me because the guy goes, the trailer's all serious and stuff like that, but at the end of the trailer, you just hear a guy go, Get your fingers out of my dirty asshole, you fucking alien.
Was it Kid Rock as he shoots Bud Light, as he's drinking Bud Light? That sounds like some Kid Rock shit right there.
Asshole.
You know, if anybody had a dirty butthole, it'd be Kid Rock. But dude, dude, this game is so far away from being made. There's a game, and I can't remember what it's called. Dude, it's the most realistic first-person shooter game I've ever fucking seen in my life. Dude, it looked real. Like it's like a body cam footage video game that's coming out. And dude, it's ultra realism. Like you couldn't even tell that it literally, I thought I was watching a body cam footage of a cop or something, but it's not. And it's like, I can't remember the name of it. They showed a demo for it or something, but dude, goddamn. Like I read this one guy's post on Reddit and he was like, I thought we were going to be like 10 or 15 years away from these types of graphics. And it turns out it's only a few more years. Like, remember when we were kids and we had like Super Nintendo? I was like, oh dude, the fucking graphics can't get better. And then they came out with Donkey Kong and you're like, holy shit.
Yeah, Street Fighter. It's time for someone to fucking update. The last time I was like, holy shit, we are in a new world was Xbox 360. And I keep waiting for another moment like that because we're all too poor for the Xbox 3. At least I was too poor for the Xbox 360. So you'd see it in like Target, like where they have it where you could play it and you'd be like, wow, that's amazing. I've never seen a console since then just up it that fucking much. Like, of course, I don't play games, so
obviously the next generation console, like if you go from the Xbox Series or the Xbox One to the Xbox Series X or the PlayStation 4 to the PlayStation 5, you don't really know. I mean, I haven't noticed a lot of, I just recently, I don't know which game it was that I played, but it was a remastered version on the Xbox and it doesn't look, there's barely anything I could notice. I'm not smart. I'm not like into like, I can't really tell you the technical things of it, but it didn't seem that much of an improvement on the overall graphics. And it does kind of seem weird and I know it was long enough, but doesn't it feel like the PS4 and the Xbox One just came out?
Yeah, no, it does.
And then it's then you're already being like, hey, bitch, give me $500 because I know you want some more of my goddamn fucking drugs.
I don't think we're gonna feel that again until VR does something crazy because VR is fun. Like I had an Oculus that I bought like secondhand and played it, and I think that's the next thing that's gonna really blow people's loads.
Do you know what's crazy about this? And this is actually what I heard about too. Not just the VR being the new next wave of video gaming, but also AI. Because AI is getting to a point where it's getting advanced enough that they said if they could pump AI, like a controlled AI, not like fucking Skynet or anything, but like an AI in a game, that if you were playing like an RPG where it was decision based, the AI would just react to what you were doing in that moment, and the script, it would just write its own lines. It's kind of fucking scary, but it's cool as shit. You can apply that you could do that to a sports game like Madden, so it would react to you literally as you were playing it. It wouldn't be a scripted code where the computer would just be like, okay, well, I got to do this. It would literally be an AI.
That is probably actually the future of gaming is AI. I bet they do some crazy shit with that. This is a hard pivot, but like, do you know what I watched the other day?
Porn.
Always, every day. It only takes 32 seconds of my day.
God, that's a record. Mine's 10.
Yeah. End of Days. Arnold Schwarzenegger. End of Days.
Mm-hmm.
Whoo, buddy. Mm-hmm. Man, that movie is so underrated and so badass and kick ass.
Yeah.
Specifically, I was dying laughing when he finally meets the devil face to face, Gabriel Byrne or whatever his name is. Gabriel Byrne.
Yeah, that's a badass. He's fucking awesome.
Dude, honestly, tell me this is not true. Like, if that role, Gabriel Byrne was badass. He's one of the best devils I've ever seen. But if that role was played by Al Pacino, they could have made that a sequel to Devil's Advocate. Like, he could have literally stepped off the set of Devil's Advocate and just tried to do his whole thing again in the movie End of Days. Like, they really could be soul sequels, I feel like. Because
you're gonna send me to the chopper. I'll send you to the chopper. I'm ready to work. I'm ready to work.
Don't tell me my fucking business. But dude, that one line that Arnold says, I was dying. Katie was half paying attention, reading a book or whatever, and I was watching it. But when he meets the devil for the first time, Arnold finally gets pissed. He's like, you think you're bad? He's like, I don't know why I sounded like that, but he's like, you're a fucking quiet boy compared to me. I'm a quiet boy.
I mean, we quoted that for a while. Yeah, that's just. Dude, yeah, End of Days is like such an unheralded movie. I feel like nobody talks about that movie when you're talking. Well, I know that we did a ranking. I think we did. The End of Days showed up on it. I I don't think, dude, we've never done that ranking before. We've never done best appearances by the devil in movies.
Oh, that'd be a fun one. That's a really fun one.
Because I know one of the high ones up from mine is gonna be Tim Curry in Legend. Yeah, that fucking thing was scary as shit. But yeah, dude, Gabriel Byrne
looked like a dog's dick.
Yeah, it was a huge dick. I'm sure he had a big giant red wiener underneath that horse's ass because he was hung like a horse. He literally was part horse or part goat or some shit.
I have a problem with Thor where like his winky's been coming out a lot lately. Like you'll be petting him and you're just like, cuddling with him and petting, you guys know Thor's huge. He gets in the bed and lays with you and you're petting him. And then all of a sudden you look over and he's just like, and you look down, his fucking dick's out. You're like, Jesus Christ, dude, I can't pet you anymore now. You made it fucking weird. And now it's just a constant thing. I'm going to have to take him I'm gonna have to take him to like a jerk off specialist or something to just get it out of his system because he's just horny all the time. And I can't pet him because it makes it feel weird. You should do that
job that lady in Clerks said. Now that's why I artificially inseminate animals or whatever.
Yeah, or like
just like, I don't know what she said.
Get somebody to make some of those cream treats from Van Wilder for someone. I don't want any part of it, but like find an enemy.
Well, Buster's Red Rocket doesn't come out often, but dude, he humps like a mother. Like he humps the air, like when he gets excited, like he starts fucking humping, and then I got like, it's okay, stop. Because it looks like he's fucking dancing to like blue dabba dee baba doo, but he's not. it's kind of scary because it's like he's having a seizure in his back hips. Because it's tough, it's like he's fucking a ghost hard.
That's tough. Like one of the worst things about not being a human is you can't get yourself off. Like imagine that. Reminds me of that scene in Donnie Darko when he's like when they're out smoking cigarettes and drinking beers on that like wasteland or whatever.
Oh yeah.
And he's like, no, man, the Smurfs they're asexual, they don't have dicks or whatever. He's like, which makes you wonder. He's like, what's the point of life if you don't have a dick? And that's when you think about like dogs, like you're like, man, they have it made. They have the best lives or whatever they can do. Whatever. They can't get themselves off. Yeah. So like, what are they supposed to do? Like they just got to ching. They're all.
They got to roll around in grass and hope it goes away. That boner that they got. I don't know.
Got to find something. Soft,
you know what? This is the greatest live stream of all time. Talking about dogs' dicks. I just didn't think it could get better until he brought up dogs' wieners. By the way, I don't before streams. Speaking of Donnie Darko, you guys got to hold on to your butts. This is like driving with Vin Diesel with goddamn Nos in the back. We're gonna change it up every 5 seconds and make a family. But speaking of Donnie Darko, I don't know if I told you. I don't know. I watched Did I say about the Hot Ones, the Jake Gyllenhaal thing about that there was a scene in Nightcrawler, and he said I might have told you guys. I don't know if Mike was.
It was a great episode.
Yeah, that was fucking crazy though. In Nightcrawler, that he said that was ad-libbed when he slapped the mirror and they fucked his hand up and he got like 18 stitches or something. And they said that they shot the beginning of the movie at the end of the movie when they were done filming because his arm was in a cast or something. Because if you'll notice in that scene at the very beginning of the movie, the character of Jake Gyllenhaal has got his hands behind his back because they couldn't show his hand was fucked up. I was like, first you, Jake, and then before you, Leonardo. Goddamn, guys, it's just acting. You don't got to really slice your shit up. Holy fuck!
Yeah, quit hitting yourself.
By the way, but I think the best ad lib, dude. I mean, and I've watched this scene. Holy fucking shit, bits. The part where Leonardo DiCaprio smacks that glass and is really bleeding, and then just like leans into it. I couldn't even like his fucking hand had glass in it, and it was cut to shit. And then he was leaning into it. And he's like, oh, and then he rubbed that girl's face with his real fucking dirty ass blood.
There's this girl in volleyball that does that. She
rubs people's face with her blood.
No, I don't know what it means. Like when she sets you, like she'll bop it up and like she'll because like a set's like when you hit it up, like it's a pass to get the person to spike it, and you go to spike it, and she'll go use it, and I'm like, I don't know what that means. Like what are you saying?
She sounds like she's trying to be like a commando.
Yeah,
use that hatred, use that anger, do it.
She's a lovely person. I just don't know what the fuck she's talking about when she says that. I should ask one day. Anyways, so today we're here to talk. We're just going to talk some movie news. We're just going to talk some random ass. We'll probably be around about, I don't know, 2 hours maybe. Not going to be a long stream. This is a random one we're just going to do because we're not going to do on Friday night because we're doing a stream Saturday night on Patreon. Saturday night's our Patreon stream, and we have to drink our liquids before those. We have to do sensual massage before those. There's a lot of preparation that goes into the Patreon monthly streams because there are beer chugs, there are songs sang, there's trivia done, and basically it's our livers crawl into a corner and hide from us.
And then don't forget there's a donkey show and Sexy Kelly comes in and performs it for everybody. It's a great time. It's wonderful.
I'm Kelly.
Remember Mike White when he won the last one? God, he could do it. He took that dick like a fucking champ.
Winner has to fuck the donkey. That's
it's just my crown. It's ridiculous. But yeah, it's a fun time on Patreon if you guys get a chance to check us out on Saturday evening.
But this was an impromptu, and so we're going to talk. I haven't seen the Flash trailer yet. Jay has seen it already. I have not watched it. We're going to watch it together. It's Warner Bros, right? Warner Bros. Yeah. So I think that they won't kick us out of the stream for you. Now, if it was Universal, the second it played, they would come over our house, rape our dogs, and take our youngest child with them for labor. But Warner Brothers is usually pretty cool about letting us show trailers. So
I watched it. Yeah, Mike asked me if I'd seen it yet. I watched it like literally. It was like 1 o'clock in the morning or 2 o'clock in the morning. I don't even remember, but I only kind of paid attention to it because it was an ad. But it was like cool. I usually just skip that shit, or I wait for it to say skip ad. But it was like cool, and I was like, wait, this sounds familiar. And then I saw and I was like, oh well, now I gotta watch it. It was fucking dope. And I think that Christian guy from not that he's a Christian. His name's Christian. The guy that Christian from what the fuck? What was he a part of his YouTube channel? Schmoes.
Schmoes. No.
Yeah, Christian. Yeah, he popped out. He had a video. I didn't watch it, but he popped out and it was something about his first reaction out of the theater. He got to see the fucking Flash already.
Well, a bunch of people did, and I didn't know anything about it, but they had CinemaCon, and a bunch of people saw the trailer, or a bunch of people saw the movie. I don't know if that was CinemaCon at the same time, but I did see one dude, and I don't know anything about this drama or anything like that, but I did think it was funny. There was this one dude, and I don't know who the guy is, but apparently he's very disliked because apparently there was like allegedly there was like a sexual allegation against him or something. I don't know. I don't know who. I never heard of him, but I was just reading through the comments, and the dude was there, and the video was like Jeremy Jahns flicks off so and so, and I was like, oh, what's this? And I click on it, and it's at the Flash premiere, and it's this guy who I've never seen before running around with his camera, showing people and talking, and it looks. I had it on.
Was it Burger Planet?
No, I don't know who it was. I was taking a crap or something, so I didn't have the audio on. And he's running around with the camera, and it was funny because everybody's like, who's this guy? And a bunch of people were like, oh, he's a piece of shit. So that's what makes this so funny. Allegedly, I don't know. But it was funny because when he shows, there's a whole crowd of people. When the dude gets the Jeremy Jahns, he's like, no. And then you see Jeremy Jahns go. Like right, the guy scared. I was like, that's pretty funny. That was
yeah, it's funny. Well, dude, to me, I don't know what it is, but YouTubers fighting YouTubers sometimes or having disagreements in public, it just seems it's so goddamn cringy to me. I don't know what the fuck it is.
JT says it's Andy Signor. So no, I don't think it's a fight between them. I just think that this guy is allegedly a huge a-hole and just put Jeremy.
Because I was like, if you walk in on it, I've seen YouTube beef before where they fucking go back and forth, and it's like watching two girls in the locker room throw panties at each other and scream that they touch their hair. It's like it's just the most cringy shit ever.
I hate YouTube drama. I hate it. We've
had there's people that make tons of money off. Good for them. They found a fucking nugget hole and keep pumping the shit out for that. I wish I'd been smarter to be like, hey man, if there were people that are actually interested in listening about YouTubers beef with each other, and I can cover that and just talk about it and make tons of fucking views, I should have done that shit.
Yeah, and then they start starting it themselves. It's like once they know all the players, it's like I'll just say something about so and so.
Well, if he did something really awful, I don't even know. It's kind of weird that he got invited to where they were.
Yeah, I don't know. I just know that I hate that shit. Like the drama shit. Like be a fucking adult. Do you not have a life? Your whole channel's around drama of other people. What are you, fucking Walter Peck from Ghostbusters?
You're not really bringing any. We're lucky to be in the position that we're in. I mean, it's not like we're solving fucking actual problems of the world. We're not working on curing cancer or solving the homeless problem. We're just two fucking assholes that sit in front of the camera and get lucky enough with the community that says, "Hey, I'm gonna throw some peanuts at you. Do something, bitch." And we're like, "Okay, I'll do that. I'll suck that tit for you." That's what we do. Buddy, that's what we do, and that's what every YouTuber does. Don't act like your job is. It's not even a fucking job. You're just lucky enough to had a scratch off ticket that had $500 on it, and you're still playing on that. Like it's for me, it's the same way as actors. I swear to God, dude, it's the same. I look at actors the same fucking way because people put so much investment in their opinion and what they say. I was like, these are dumb motherfuckers that literally pretend for a living. All they got to do is memorize some goddamn lines. All they got to know how to do is read good.
And that's why on this show we interview writers.
Yeah, man, the writers are where it's at, man. I'm nothing wrong with actors, by the way. Not all of them. There are some good people out there, and we have interviewed good actors. But I'm saying the majority of the people that don't get the attention that should get the attention are the writers. That's why one of our Ezra
Miller conversation. That's all that's happening right now. We're getting ready to go.
Yeah,
I juiced up and ready. To
Music Man says, "I thought y'all suck dick. You lied. We do.
Who said we
not fucking publicly? We're not the Kardashians.
Fuckhole, pal." Wyatt Atlee with the first super chat of the night. Thank you, Wyatt. He says, hey guys, can't stay as I'm at work, but I'm just here to wish y'all a kick-ass stream.
Hey, thanks,
you
Wyatt.
know what? We're off to a start, Wyatt. We're happy to have you for the beginning of it. You work that work. You, whether it's a poll or a customer service position, whatever.
You ain't gotta go to work, but you gotta do the work. Actually, that's just saying you gotta have sex.
Hey,
you have a good
make the day suck your dick, or suck the dick's day, whatever you want. The day's dick, your dick. Never class A dildo, never your deal. I love Wyatt. Rootin' Tootin' Texas Tootin' says, my goddamn Chevy broke down again. Get your tools and meet me at the shop, Jay. I want to see a movie about Metal Gear Solid. And can I get a Loomis review of the Roswell incident?
Now, Rootin' Tootin' Texas Tootin', I ain't going to get my goddamn tools because you know they got repossessed by the fucking government because apparently you can't. You got to pay back loans and shit. So I ain't got no goddamn tools. I ain't going to go down there and meet you. So don't worry about that. And Metal Gear Solid, fuck it. I guess so. Let's talk about Metal Gears and things. And the Loomis review. Oh, yeah. So, yeah, in what was it? In the goddamn 1950s when there was apparently nothing else going on in the world, the late 40s. Some goddamn UFO crash landed in Roswell, New Mexico. Everybody said, holy shit, the aliens are coming. They're going to probe our assholes. Then the goddamn government went out there and said, if you say anything, I'll put a dick in your children's mouth while they're sleeping. And they threatened them. And then
but the children are over 18 because he's really old.
Whatever. I don't know. And then, and then they said it was a goddamn weather balloon. I wasn't there. This is what I heard through the grapevine. These goddamn G-men.
The Giants fans. Gary McDonald said, with the sick ass fucking again, it always reminds me of Punisher just because we're Stu's holding the thing. So good. He says, I called iTunes. This is a pickup from last stream. We're trying to figure out when Ireland's getting the goddamn Scream extras. He said, I called iTunes in Ireland and they told me if the US got the iTunes extras, they more than likely won't. So up till it actually releases here on May 9th, and there are good iTunes extra with it since it's out for you now. You know what, dude? Fuck those people. It is so stupid. It is so dumb how they're doing the release of movies and shit nowadays. Like China gets it 1 week, fucking Ireland gets it 1 week, US and then we're gonna do it again with the goddamn DVDs. What's the goddamn issue? Just release it everywhere the same fucking time. Anyways, whatever you missed, man. The video coming out tomorrow about all the cool details from the special features. So hopefully that will tide you over.
Well, they got China's gonna have preference. I mean, they'll send a spy balloon on your ass if you don't give it to them.
It's true. They
will see everything that you do.
Cameron Wager said, just watched Scream 6, saw it twice in theaters, now once on streaming, and I still love the shit out of it. Plot holes and all. Get it up!
Oh my god, dude. I just now realized what the fuck your picture was. That's goddamn Christopher Lloyd from Dennis the Menace when he eats the beans. That's fucking awesome, dude.
That's amazing, Cameron. Dude, I watched it fucking twice yesterday. I did the commentary for it, and then I watched it with Radio Silence's commentary for the video that I was talking about. It's going to go up tomorrow. And honestly, like, that's probably the 6th time I've watched it. Still enjoy it. It's a very rewatchable fucking movie. And that's what I was saying in there. As many plot holes as there are, like, it's not about the plot holes and how tight everything ties up. It's about the mood and the way you feel after you watch it. Think about movies like Dusk Till Dawn. How many fucking plot holes are in a movie like Dusk Till Dawn? Tons.
Okay, first off,
it's a vibe.
Keep the disrespect low. Okay, you're talking about goddamn George Clooney and fucking playing Seth with a badass tribal tattoo, driving through the desert, fighting fucking hot ass vampires, or once were in a strip bar in Mexico.
It's about love. It's not all
about. If you can find pussy anywhere cheaper, fuck it. That shit's Shakespearean.
Reminds me of Desperado. It's like, hey, your beard tastes like piss. It's like, that's because we piss in it.
You know who's underrated in Desperado too is Quentin Tarantino. Never really gets the credit that he deserves.
He had a good role in that movie and in Dusk Till Dawn.
Like Richie was awesome.
Everybody says he's a shit actor. I've been a fan of what I've seen Quentin Tarantino as an actor so far. He's
I don't think I've ever. I don't think
there.
What was that movie that he was like the? What was that movie? Oh, it was no. That was fucking gross. Actually, that was actually scary.
It was nasty.
No, it was Pulp Fiction. I thought he was really funny in that when his quick role in Pulp Fiction. Remember they had to go to his house and he's like standing there in his boxers and he's pissed as fuck. That's a fucking bad. He was great in that.
His only problem is he likes to drop the N-word as his roles. It's like, dude, is there a fantasy? Are you Rob Zombie with rape?
Well, dude,
is Quentin Tarantino with the N-word? What's going on here?
He has a pass card because he literally said that in front of Sam Jackson, and Sam Jackson did beat the shit out of him.
Well, he's lucky. He's a lucky man. And
Sam Jackson, I think maybe, and then he said it with Jamie Foxx. He's literally wrote him in the fucking movie.
Do you think he warned him first, or he just did it?
No, dude, it's really funny because he got in trouble about shit like that, and even in the Hateful Eight and things like that. And he was like, people don't understand that when you're writing this, those specific movies are period pieces, not the shit that girls go through, but period pieces. So they're going to be in a time frame where that word was very used commonly. It would be so unrealistic and stupid to act like that word wasn't used.
Right. Oh, and it's we were watching Kids in the Hall today, like the old school Kids in the Hall. Mm-hmm. Katie was watching it. I got home from the dentist. By the way, some improvement, but I have high blood pressure now, so it was kind of a 50-50. Yeah, he was like, your blood pressure's fucking high.
How'd they know that? Do they do that now?
Yeah. They take you. They put a wrist monitor on, and then I got home and I was like, well, I'm gonna fucking die. So I went and got a blood pressure monitor, and it was like,
you did.
This shit's really fucking
I thought
high.
You said like the dentist gave you the blood pressure cuff.
No, he did. He was like, your blood pressure's really high, pal. And
dude, I gotta stop going to a dentist I got from wish.com because they don't do shit like that.
It's just a quick little, I got it from Kroger for like $35, but I was thinking, this shit's gonna be fine. And I was like, oh my god, it is high. I'm gonna die.
Mine's just more like he's like, Jesus will help you.
Yeah, this will be my last stream. But anyways, the point is what the fuck were we talking about?
Kids in the Hall.
Quentin Tarantino. He's open about his feet thing. He does shit like he spits in Uma Thurman's mouth. He puts like Margot Robbie's feet in every scene.
They were dirty.
He does some shit. But anyway, I got home from the dentist. Katie's watching Kids in the Hall, and she was like, "Oh my god, I cannot believe I've totally forgot how funny the show was." And we're watching it, and dude, some of the jokes and shit. Whoa! Like like one segment of that shit came out today. Canceled. It's
That's over. The worst part. Yeah. Well, you know what? And look, their shows. I hate that shit. You actually, a statement just came out from Steven Spielberg. He said going back and rewriting books or redoing movies for the modern sensibilities is the dumbest shit you could possibly do. It's so dumb because that if they were going to go back and make Kids in the Hall, like if they went back and they were going to edit shit out, like we can't have this in here. Fuck that shit. Just let it ride. I mean, it was like back then, every kid had you had the outer layer of like Iron Man. You had thick ass skin. Like shit happened. Like what happens? You get pissed off when you wake up. Maybe somebody says something you get offended by, and you know what? Either you fight them or you fucking deal with it and move on. Like it wasn't like it was now, where it's like I have this whole platform of morons that follow me on Twitter, so I can just go out there and rage and call somebody a racist for no fucking reason. That's the shit that's crazy.
Yeah, you could. There is zero consequences for calling someone racist. I'll tell you that right now.
By the way, I didn't watch all of it. I only watched the clip of the Marlon Wayans one, the stand-up comedy that you were telling me about.
Oh, you gotta watch, dude.
Dude, I watched the part where he was talking when he was talking about that. He got like he's like, oh yeah, Will Smith was saying he was enjoying the fucking joke, and then all of a sudden Tupac Shakur's ghost possessed him, and he's like, keep my wife's name out your motherfucking mouth. He was talking about East Side, West Side, click up.
You should watch the whole show though. It's so good. It's on HBO Max. If you guys are looking for something funny to watch, probably funnier than this, definitely funnier than this. But wait till afterwards because we need your help. But if you want to, after this is over, Marlon Wayans stand up on HBO Max. It'll bring you back to the past. It's so good. It's so funny.
Yeah, it was fun. I kind of got annoyed though when he kept on talking and gushing over Jada. I was like, all right, man, we need to get to the punchline a little bit quicker because this is getting kind of annoying and nauseous. But he finally got there. But he set it up perfectly. That one part, he was like, I saw him at the In Living studio when I was in Living Color in the studios, and he was the prettiest boy I ever saw. Because he was saying all this nice shit, how intelligent and beautiful she was, and then he was like a beautiful boy.
Yeah, he ended up going after her pretty fucking hard at the end of that. Caleb Parkinson looking like me during COVID. Oh shit, that is me during COVID. Says Mike, my dog needs assistance as well. He will be in the backyard sitting flat on his butt with a full-on red rocket, and he will sit there and gawk himself. He's one messed up bulldog. Yeah, dude, Thor will sit there, he'll just go, and you look down, that fucking thing looks like a goddamn red Corvette just hanging all the way out of the dig hole. It's disgusting.
No, I remember it wasn't the last time I was at your house. I don't know when it was, but I hadn't seen Thor in a while, and I was sitting there petting him, and he's like, "Oh, dude, watch it. He's horny." And I looked down, and that shit was like a fucking snake that had come out of a hidey hole, and it was like, "Hi," and then he was looking at me like, "What you think? What you think?"
Yeah. It's like Van Wilder's dog's balls.
What you think about it? I was like, "Yeah, that's nice. I'm gonna move."
Reminds me of that Blink song. I want to fuck a dog in the ass. Michael Barton says super hype Craven the Hunter. Oh, that's a piece of news right there. They said Craven the Hunter is going to be an R-rated superhero, the first for Sony.
That's good.
By the way.
Well, that's also, again, the benefits of at least there's one bastion of somewhat freedom from the Mickey Mouse dick that strangled Marvel, is that Sony owns the rights to Spider-Man and all his rogues gallery, so they can put out a product like a rated R Craven the Hunter film, which Disney would never fucking do. So that's an awesome piece of news. I am very excited about that as well. Hopefully we'll actually get, I liked Woody Harrelson, but Jesus Christ, the Carnage movie did not do what it should have done with the Venom 2. Didn't work. They need to do a maximum Carnage movie, literally maximum Carnage.
Yeah.
You can't do all of it, obviously, because they can't have Captain America and Iron Fist and all that stuff in it, but they could just do maximum Carnage, make that shit rated R, make it a three-piece chicken nugget meal, and let's get that barbecue sauce flowing.
Yeah, I'm into it. I mean, honestly, do I give a flying fuck right now about Craven the Hunter starring Aaron Taylor Johnson? No. I'm superhero fatigued to my nutsack. It takes shit like what's going on with the Flash. Like I will see Guardians of the Galaxy 3 because I do love
I'm gonna see it. It's gonna be the last one.
It takes a little something special to get me in the theater. I saw the trailer for Blue Beetle. Jesus Christ, that looks like every fucking superhero film I've seen from Nantucket to
Blowfield
to Butt Fuckingham Palace.
That's the worst place.
I've seen it all. Like,
by the way, I will point out something. Tomo Gato, you are correct. You are assuming Sony isn't going to butcher Craven. That is true. They didn't, listen, when Sony makes movies on their own, up after Spider-Man 2 with Tobey Maguire, they really said, fuck the Titanic. I'm going to do one better and sink that shit. So I'm not, but listen, you know what, to be honest with you, I thought Amazing Spider-Man with Andrew Garfield was pretty good. Andrew Garfield was a very, very superior Spider-Man than Tobey Maguire, but was way too hot to be playing Peter Parker. He just was. There's no way that guy's a nerd in high school that can't get women's. There's no way. But he was a great Spider-Man. He was a better Spider-Man in that movie than Maguire, but Maguire was a better Peter Parker than Andrew Garfield. But anyhow, they didn't even give him a chance for a third movie. So there is a possibility that Sony could fuck that up, but they may have learned from their mistakes. Here's the question that I have, though: is Tom Holland going to be in any of this? Because that's the question at the end of the day. Or are they just going to
need it? You're going to need it.
Listen, I'm always going to be a dude. I think I'm always going to be a Maguire fan. He's just like Maguire's my Spider-Man. He's just my Spider-Man's.
Give me Spider-Man 4, directed by Sam Raimi.
I would love to see it one time. And Sony could do it. They own it. They can do it. They don't need Disney's permission to greenlight that. But
that being said, another Tom Holland Spider-Man, probably won't go see it. I'm just at that point.
I'll go see it just to see what they do with it. I want to see how they would evolve that character a little bit more, because now they've reset everything and everybody forgot who he was. So now he can actually be what I consider a real Spider-Man without everybody knowing his fucking secret identity, which I hated that. I hate that shit. But the whole idea about the reason why Peter Parker Spider-Man works so well is the fact that this is a guy that literally has to keep his secret to himself. And he struggles, and he has to live in this kind of shell of loneliness.
They're desperate for storylines at this point. Like that.
I mean, of course, Mary Jane knows it, but
like I said, like the Blue Beetle trailer. Like, I don't know if you've seen it yet, but it's Miguel Flores. Is that his name?
I like him. Yeah, the guy from the Cobra Kai.
Cobra Kai. Yeah,
he's good. Yeah,
his name up with someone else, so forgive me if I was. But there's literally a scene where he flies up out of the stratosphere of Earth. And he's like, whoa! And then the suit dies, and he goes, oh no! And he like flies back down. It's like, it's literally, we did this in fucking like what, 98 with fucking Iron Man. We're doing the same shit over and over again.
Well, I'm gonna point that out because there's gonna be some nerd after this video is posted. It's actually 2007. You fucking idiot.
2003, 2007, whatever.
Yeah, or 2008.
Like
well, listen, the guy they picked, the guy that's playing the Blue Beetle, I do like him. I think he's a good actor. I did like him from Cobra Kai, so I feel like that he fits the part very well. Jaime is the character's name is, I think it's Jaime is the Spanish term. I don't know. I know it sounds like something else. The
Hyman.
The Hyman, yeah, that's what I always think. The Jaime, but Jaime's the name. I like Blue Beetle, all right. I just feel like it's a mystery. Like, why would you go with Blue Beetle as your next big project? Why? You could have gone anywhere else with any other major character. And I'm not saying they can't make the Blue Beetle a major character, but I think they're trying to follow the Iron Man formula. It was like, look, we made a mid-tier character, Iron Man, and made it huge. But that's a different story altogether. Like, you've got powerhouses in your wheelhouse. You've got Batman. You've got fucking Superman. And you choose Blue Beetle. God, you give everybody blue balls. Nobody cares about Blue Beetle. Just blue balls.
Yeah. Exactly. Daniel Flores said, checking in to see if you guys received our package. I wish, Daniel. Enjoyed Evil Dead Rise. The bitch was crazy. It reminds me of my ex. Love Katie.
She looks like mine.
No, we did actually get your
not like hot though, like ugly. Like
right,
the girl when she's like dead-eyed, she's kind of whatever, but she's just her attitude.
We talked about this a bit in the Evil Dead stream. She was still kind of hot as a deadite.
That's why I retracted what I said earlier and revamped it.
Yeah.
Because I was saying she looks like my ex, but she acted like my ex when she was on too much Franzia.
Went to the post office box today and did receive that package. Thank you guys very much. Obviously, did not open it. Going to save it for an unboxing, which we almost have enough to do another one again. So you guys will see one of those soon. And thank you guys for that. Jonathan Mann said, I would love to see you guys interview Theo Vaughn. I don't have a handle on who the fuck that is. Like I've seen him,
know him.
Like I don't know who he is. Like
he's like a good old. He's funny. He's a good old boy. He got like a good old boy South accent, like he's from Louisiana. He give you all sorts of kind of anecdotes and some analogies and things like that. You know where you know him from? You know him from the Road Rules fucking show in the early 90s. That's where he came from.
Oh, is that where his whole thing was?
Well, no, he actually, but I mean, I'm not going to take nothing from him. He actually did make his bones. Like he went on the road and nobody gave a fuck about him. He was just a Road Rules guy and he made his own way. So he did his thing.
I'm just scared to say whether or not, like, I've watched like 2 videos of his, but like, again, I don't know why he's famous. I don't know why he's funny. Not because, but I don't know what it was. Like, is he a fucking hardcore political guy? Like, I don't know. So I'm like afraid to say anything.
No, he's not. No, I think the most, like, the only thing he's never really come up with politics necessarily. All he did say, which I mean, I agree with, and I think most people did. He was from the South. He's like, hey, listen, I was South and I was born and I'm white. I'm white. Obviously, you can look at my mullet and my skin, but I lived in the ghetto. I mean, I had no fucking shoes or I didn't have fucking money for whatever. And I hung out with black people and we all like hung out together. That's all he is. He's not really he's not one side or the other. I don't even know what you classify him as. I mean, I don't think he wants to be classified. Most comedians, good comedians, don't have a side they come down on.
Is
they
he
just
like a stand-up comedian? Oh, no, I have
seen
like
he does stand up. Yeah, he does stand up.
I bet you have to get into that. He seemed like it's like I don't know what your thing is. I don't know what your deal is, but nothing against him. I just don't know. Jared says, love you guys. Nice truck, Jared. Jared loves his fucking truck, and I appreciate it.
Is that Theo Vaughn? Is that Theo Vaughn disguised as Jared? Because only Theo Vaughn would post this truck and be like, hey, look, it looks like Mike's dog's red rocket wiener.
As expensive as trucks are now, that'd probably be my fucking icon too. My truck's eating my fucking ass alive. Says, love you guys. Evil Dead review was amazing, guys. Thank you.
Hey, thanks, man.
That. And love you back, Jared.
Thank you, Jared. Not from Subway.
Very nice truck, and you're definitely the cooler of the two, Jared.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, if I could afford it, I get it. Actually, I never own a truck. There's only one truck I ever wanted in my entire life was the truck that Paul Walker drove in the first Fast and the Furious. That little red one that he drove.
Like a lowrider? Was it a lowrider?
No, I don't know what it was, but it was. It's the scene right at the scene when he gets to the sandwich shop. He goes, "No crust." That one.
I have a truck, like it's the first truck. Well, no, it's the second truck I've ever owned, but the first one was just out of necessity. That was a piece of shit. I have a truck and it actually annoys me because it's slow. It's a Tacoma and it's slow. Like it doesn't have any get up to it. So like you don't pull out in front of anybody in that truck because you will get rear-ended.
I hate driving trucks, dude. It makes me it's not like, I don't know what it is, man. Like I guess it's just because we're from Kentucky. It makes me feel like I'm embracing a birthright of being an asshole and a redneck and John Deere loving ass. Nothing wrong with being redneck, by the way, and loving John Deere. That's cool, man. You can do your thing. But I always feel like when I'm driving a truck, I gotta feel like I gotta listen to Toby Keith, fucking rebel flag flying out in the goddamn back of my truck, motherfucker. A good goddamn cold case of Busch Light, and I'm drinking a Jack Daniels on my way to see some NASCAR. Fuck you.
I'll never forget one time you were car shopping. I was like, hey man, what about this one right here? You're like, no, man. He's like, you said. I'll never forget you said, I want something non-threatening. I was like, that's so weirdly specific.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. I didn't think about that. Yeah, if you drive a big-ass diesel truck, like, people want to fight you because they think you're going to start some shit with them. Like, they think you're
that little silver bullet Dodge Neon.
Yeah, dude, listen, I was the most I drove a Dodge Neon, 2000. I called it the silver, what did I call it? The Silver Stallion. I call it my Silver Stallion, dude, because it was unexpected. And nobody, and look, I could pull up and they'd be like, that guy's cool. Nobody would get mad at him. And then I got out and they looked at my face and I fucking hate him. Because I pull up with like NSYNC blasting out of my fucking speakers on my tape
I don't know
deck.
why that stuck with me, because like whenever I go to buy a car, like just the I don't know if it's like just the guy in me or like whatever it is, but you're always like, man, I could get like a fucking, I don't know, something cool. Like I want something cool. And Jay was like, no, dude, no. You're like, I want something non-threatening. I was like, that's so weirdly specific.
Well, you're acting like I said it like you act like, but you're acting like I said it like a divorce lawyer. He's like, I want you to be not threatening. Like when you're asking for that settlement, don't be threatening. I'm saying
it that way because that's how it stuck in my mind. Yeah. But like, you were like, I'm looking at this PT Cruiser right here. I was like, dude, don't get a fucking PT Cruiser. Like,
I'm glad I didn't. No, I didn't. No, what I got was a shitty fucking Hyundai Elantra that I drive now.
It's not threatening, and it's not.
It's not threatening. It's not threatening. And you know what? And the tail lights out. It looks like, but you know, actually now at this point, it's starting to become like a drug dealer's car. Like the tail light doesn't work. The fucking front light flickers a little bit now and again.
It's paid for.
I did pay my car off. That's the good news. The bad news is the cops are going to be looking for that. They're like, that car has a missing tail light. The front light flickers a little bit. And I don't know. It looks like there's a couple of rust stains on that. I think we're going to have to fucking pull that guy over.
Yeah. The worst decision I ever made was buying a.
They get jealous when they see you with your mobile phone. I see no changes. All I see is racist faces.
Michael Parton said, what worries me is that if The Flash is successful, James Gunn and Peter Safran could be open to keeping Ezra Miller. What are your guys' thoughts?
Nope.
Might as well go into it. I saw this fucking guy, Jay, on Twitter. He's a writer for, I think maybe Collider even. Scotty Weintraub or some shit like that. Whatever. He's a movie guy. A doted, what's the word I'm looking for? Like an established movie voice.
Yeah.
And his retweet of the movie was like, oh God. It was something along the lines of, look, I know he's done some bad, I know they've done some bad things, but Ezra Miller rules in The Flash. And this movie is awesome. And I mean, he got blown apart for it because a bunch of people are like, oh, I know he's done some bad things. Like this guy literally is on camera assaulting fucking women. And you're just like, but he was cool as the Flash, so who cares, right?
Kidnapping young girls and grooming them, and then and then what fucking breaking and entering and stealing fucking wine. I mean, this is all on camera, allegedly, by the way. I don't want to get sued. But at the same time, that's like every fucking mom you ever see on those cop shows that comes up like, but he's such a good boy. Like, he goes to church. I think your guys are acting way aggressive. He's not done anything except pull a gun, hold up the gas station. He didn't get the money because you guys showed up before he robbed them. So he didn't even rob people. What are you doing? This is the A+ effort to make excuses for an asshole in order to maybe possibly prepare people for like, hey, you know what? We might keep this prick around. That's dumb as fuck. Give the shit to Grant Gustin. And I'm not even a fan of Grant Gustin, but the guy deserves it more than this asshole.
Give it to fucking Keanu. Give it to fucking anybody. You know what? I'm having a hard enough time. It sucks. We're getting ready to watch the Flash trailer in a few minutes, right? And I'm bummed because I keep hearing how fucking awesome it is. And I'm like, you know what sucks? I'm not going to be able to enjoy it because I'm going to be watching this women-beating asshole and having to look at him and be like, oh, he's being all cute and shit. I'm like, oh, it's so cute. It's not fucking cute.
Yeah, it's like watching Perks of Being a Wallflower Part 2. Oh, you're so good in that.
This is
I did like that movie,
domestic abuser of women.
Well,
and
let me point out, by the way,
about any of the other stuff, that's a fact.
I'm just going to point this out. If he had just done some light shit, like it wasn't even like if it had just been like, yeah, you know, he stole a candy bar. or whatever. If it had just been like a finger up the butt, like I was joking. I thought he liked it. You know, whatever.
Hey, kid, you want to go to juvie for stealing a Butterfinger? Look around.
Whatever.
It's Christmas.
Maybe he sold a pack of cigarettes to a kid or something. I don't know. Or if he gave a cigarette to a kid that he wasn't paying attention to, like Randall. I'd be like, all right, I could forgive it. Let's move on. Because Ezra Miller is actually, I hate to admit it, he's a good actor. Ezra Miller is a really good actor. I think he's not a very good Barry Allen at all.
I can't think of a movie he's been in that I love his performance.
Perks of Being a Wallflower is really good, and then he was in another one that I can't remember. That,
but he wasn't the reason it was good. Logan Lerman was the reason.
Logan Lerman was good, but Ezra Miller did have an important part in that movie that helped the overall movie.
It's been a while since I've seen it. To be fair,
it's a good movie. But I'm saying, but the thing about Ezra Miller is like he's a good actor, but you can't keep excusing that. I would never have gone with him at all as my choice for Barry Allen because I don't understand what the idea behind the decision making was. Let's make Barry Allen a stupid young kid. In my mind, okay, he's more of a Wally West, which is the guy that came after Barry Allen. I would have made Barry Allen. You know who the best Barry Allen was, and I know this might be controversial, okay? Because I know everybody loves Grant Gustin. Grant Gustin's fine, okay? He's a good guy. But the guy that played Barry Allen in the early '90s fucking film, they made him like a middle-aged 35, 45-year-old guy that got these superpowers, but he's mature enough to understand that this is crazy, and he figures it out pretty quickly. I can't remember that guy's name. He played Barry Allen's father in the Flash TV series on the CW. But he was a good Flash. I wanted that age group. Give me a 35 to a 45-year-old Flash that's got some experience under his belt. I hated the whole pussy thing that he was doing in Justice League. Even the Zack Snyder one, yes, it did redeem that character a little bit, but him acting like a pussy for 55 minutes, the film got annoying as fuck. It's like, come on, man. You're a goddamn superhero. You can run faster than light, and you're acting like you can't. I just push people and run away. It's like, all right, we get it. You're a pussy. I don't know what you're doing.
I wish he had more of that personality in real life. I saw Iron Wolf said a light choke slam. Like, come on, dude. Like, come on, man.
Oh.
Like, let's be honest. It's not just that he went to Hawaii and who goes to fucking Hawaii and starts shit? Like, Hawaii is the umabakakakanu. Like, it's the greatest fucking place of peace. I don't know why I just said it that way. It's like, I could name 7 different kinds of pufferfish.
God, Mike always tries to he's not racist and he says racist shit.
That wasn't racist.
I know, I'm kidding.
No, I was thinking of forgetting Sarah Marshall. She's like, now I can name over 90 different types of pufferfish or Hawaii fish. He's like, no, you can't. He was like, try me.
Yeah.
But no, like he hit somebody in the head with a chair, causing lacerations. Yeah. I've seen video of him being complete fucking douchehole to police officers.
Yeah, he was combative as fuck.
Nice as shit to him.
Yeah.
And video of him, choke slamming a woman. And then you got Jonathan Majors on the other hand, who there's no video of, who you don't know.
Oh, that guy's fucked too.
And we're literally and again, I'm not saying he didn't do anything. I'm not
allegedly
going to bat. Look, if you ever see me in the fucking news for hitting a woman, I'll be fucking surprised. So I'm not saying that he didn't do anything or anything like that. It's a situation. People with money, you never know. Maybe he did, maybe he didn't. We'll never know. But what we do know is that there's video of Ezra Miller being a piece of fucking shit. And if there was video of Jonathan Majors doing that shit, motherfucker wouldn't be in this movie. They would have CGI'd his ass out for Tom Cruise. Anywhere from fucking Tom Cruise to goddamn
Sammy Sosa.
Sammy Sosa.
By the way, I want to point this out. Iron Wolf says I joking, Mike. He a D-bag. So
okay,
I just want you to know, stop raging at Iron Wolf, sir. He's not in the Ezra Miller cult. No, actually, and that is true. Listen,
sorry.
I can't believe that there are so many apologists for Ezra Miller. That is actually sickening to me. Listen, if you guys want to know what kind of character your God and loving Jesus Christ Ezra Miller is, the ones that actually think he's a cult leader and he's so beautiful and he's so wonderful, go watch the police fucking body cam footage of when he gets arrested in Hawaii. He literally just assaulted a lady. And then instead of being focused on the idea like, holy shit, I was drunk and I fucking assaulted someone because I'm an asshole. He's like, because you're misgendering me. They're like, bitch, I don't give a fuck what the fuck you call yourself. You're going to jail, ho. Like, instead of you being like, oh, did I hurt the lady?
I'm just gonna start
okay?
referring to you as good. Bitch, because you's a bitch.
Yeah, that's all gender conforming. You could be a guy or a girl. You're a bitch. That's what he is. He's a bitch. But
don't get me wrong. I'm all about, like, I'm 1,010% all about, hey, if someone asks you to call them, hey, if your fucking name is Jim Bob and you'd rather just go by Jim and you say, hey, I'd like to be called Jim, hey, I'm gonna call you Jim. You know why? Because I'm not a fucking asshole. It doesn't hurt me however you live your life or whatever you do. But him doing what he's doing, what they were doing, it's a genuine mistake. And using that against police who are arresting him for a crime against fucking women is disgusting. And it should be disgusting to,
that's 100%.
To trans people or
but then no one came out and denounced it, really. Not really. I mean, some people did. Some people were defending his ass. Here's the problem. You are using your status as a non-binary, whatever the fuck, in the trans community as a goddamn shield for hide behind that for responsibility. You are a piece of shit that has probably never faced responsibilities for your actions, and then you found a quick way to be like, you know what? I don't got to do shit. I can just say this, and therefore I'm protected. You can't touch me, bitch, because now if you do, you're anti this, you're anti that, you're this ism, you're that ism.
there's a kid somewhere, and this is what actually really pisses me off about it. There's a kid somewhere in high school who genuinely, is going through that thing and is whatever gender or like whatever, and is probably going through hell right now in high school because they genuinely feel like they are a woman or like whatever, their thing is, like whatever it is. And they're probably going through hell. And you know what? Because that's the most famous version of that you're seeing on screen is them acting like a fucking asshole and using it to try to be like, I'm gonna get you in trouble. Everyone in that kid's school is probably look at them and they're thinking of that fucking asshole Ezra Miller. And and you know what I mean? Like that is the sad thing about it. That's the sad thing about it is that there's so many people probably getting the brunt of seeing them use that to their advantage that are actually innocent. And it makes me sad. It makes me sad. But fuck Ezra Miller is one.
I would also say I would say AKA Dylan Mulvaney, but that's neither here nor there. That's just a performance artist pretending. But my point being is like, yes, it still stands
about that. I don't.
I followed it, but anyway, but I've seen
you might know more than I do. I don't know.
Anyway, it still stands to reason is the fact that now I don't even want to watch the trailer. you made me hate Ezra goddamn Miller to a point again that I am. But you gotta dig down deep. By the way, I will give you this. It's good. I'm gonna make your nipples hard and milk. They're gonna lactate. The good news is
tiny and always hard.
The good news is though, at the very beginning of this trailer and through most of it, it's a lot of Michael Keaton talking, and that's a good thing. That's always a good thing when old daddy Michael Keaton, Batman, greatest of all time. Well, maybe Ben Affleck, but he's the one that's mainly talking.
Just tell me, because I had a couple drinks and I'm ready to do it now. What is the Dermot Mulvaney thing? Because here's what I know. The
Dylan Mulvaney thing?
Yes, all I know, and let me preface you with what I know is that Bud Light put a person who is, I guess, trans, I'm guessing, on a fucking can and sent it to them specifically, not even selling it.
It was a commemorative can.
Hey, congratulations on 100 days of something that's really fucking hard to do, because I'm sure it is. And then everybody in the world went crazy upset about it. But what is there something else? Is that person not?
He's not that. I mean, as far as like, is there any scandal that he's involved in that's going to make him look like, the Unabomber? No. Specifically, though, a lot of people have been calling what they're actually calling him is he's using woman face. The fact that he's putting on the idea of what a woman is, meaning that he was born biologically a male, that he's also an actor. He's literally an actor. You can go back and watch him being an actor. He was trying to get into Hollywood. He was doing this whole whatever. And that by using this new trendy thing, by being woman face, he was able to acquire deals with Tampax. He was able to acquire deals with, now Bud Light, Nike, things like that. And people are getting tired. And also, he's not even trying, and I think a lot of women are even saying this, or people that are supporting trans rights or trans people, the fact that he's not living he's pretending to be a 13 or a 14-year-old fucking girl. It's like a weird fetishy type of, no, like the video that he just did, I don't know when it was a few months ago. He is dancing around in a hotel and he's like pretending he's got like a little schoolgirl dress on. It's literally what some women it's insulting to them, because you're like, you are making a stereotypical bubblehead moronic looking girl, not a woman, a girl.
I'm sure surely there's a specific thing, right? Like they're saying, hey, I am a 13 or 14-year-old girl. This is not just
they're not identifying as a 13 and 14, but it's being perceived by people that this is a idea for them to use this particular makeup of themselves, this identity that they form for themselves in order to get money, to get sponsored. Here's the quick thing. All Dylan Mulvaney would have to do, he's already acquired multi-millions of dollars in the course of, I don't know how quickly he's worth a lot. He could disappear tomorrow in some island in the Fijis and never have to he could take his money and leave because he got one over on everybody else. This would be an easy thing for anybody if again, by the way, he has a performance art. He's an actor. This is not like he was a nobody and just did this. He is an actor.
Here's what I'm confused about, though.
But that's my opinion. I'm not saying that he's done anything as far as like, again, he's not Unabomber crazy. And I mean, as far as like being on the fucking can or Bud Light, I don't give a shit. I don't drink Bud Light, so I don't give a fuck. Yeah. I wouldn't care if there was a dong on my fucking Michelob Ultra. I will still drink it because it's a superior light beer. That's the point. But I'm saying I think that people are mad. It's like, it's called grifting. You're a grifter. You're literally doing things to get money by taking
hold
advantage of a movement.
I see. But this isn't just a person who's trans and started a channel and then people are mad about it, right? Like there's something else.
Because what happened was they did do that initially, and then when they started coming out pretending to be this, oh my God, I don't even know what March Madness, like that kind of shit. They were like, this is fucking insane. You can look at someone like Caitlyn Jenner. They transitioned, they lived their life as a woman. They don't pretend to be anything other than they want to live their life as a woman. And then Dylan Mulvaney comes in and they want to pretend to be like a little schoolgirl or some shit. That's where people were getting mad about it. And the fact that there was also,
are they saying that though? Or are people just perceiving it and saying, hey, stop trying to act like you're,
well, I mean, it's pretty, I mean, if you're making videos where you're dressing up in a little skirt and you're like in a uniform and it's literally pretending to be some,
like kids' uniforms?
Yeah, like a little girl uniform. It was in a hotel room
like
that he was like, he opens the door. He wasn't, huh?
Is it like Girl Scout cookie uniforms or something?
No,
like
well, I don't know. I've never seen it. It was some based on some. It was based on some. I don't know if it was some fucking anime. I don't watch anime, but apparently it was something like that where they were like a little girl, 14-year-old. I don't fucking know. You can see the video. It's on Twitter. It's everywhere. He posted it himself. It's not like this was made up.
All I'm saying is that this isn't just the trans person who got popular and people are mad, right? Like there's more to it than that, right?
What?
Surely there's more. This isn't just a trans person who people are mad is trans and is popular, right? Like they did something wrong.
I mean, I'm sure people have their own opinions about specifics of it, maybe, yeah. But I mean, as far as my opinion of it is, I think people are mad about it because, again, I think it goes to the idea that if they're trying to be this little kid or so, this girl, they're using this as a performance piece to get money. And again, I don't know the guy. No one knows. I don't know him.
Not actually really like
or
that.
Her or whatever.
They don't actually identify as that. They're just doing it as an actor to get money.
It's called grifting. Yeah, that's. I think the general perception
is, but that's
I feel like the general. I feel like the general perception is that.
Oh, okay. So I'm just trying to understand why like people are mad about it. Like if it's just a trans.
Well, I mean, I don't know why. I don't know why you would go waste like beer and like shoot up beer like Kid Rock, but that's what I would imagine it is.
Yeah, like I couldn't imagine somebody with a rational brain being like, "Oh, you're fucking popular and you're trans, and that makes me mad." Like that's really fucking trash to me. Like, surely they did something that, like, so what you're saying is like it seems like they're faking it.
Yeah, well, I mean, if it were, yeah, I mean that's general my opinion on it is anyway. That might not be anybody else's opinion, and I'm not speaking for everybody else, but that's what it seems like. And
I literally just know that this is the person they put on a Bud Light can, so I don't know anything about it. I'm just assuming there's got to be something else that's got everybody.
Well, the one thing that was misconstrued was they thought that the commemorative can that they gave to him or her, whatever you want to say, I don't give a fuck. But they were they like that was like going to be sold. That was a commemorative can that they gave only to them, so that wasn't going to be sold. But I think that was perceived. Or people thought that was going to be like in the store and people were going to have to see that shit and they didn't want to see that shit. So they got mad about that particular thing. That was misconstrued. That was absolutely not going to happen. They even said in their statement, the CEO of the Bud Light or Anheuser-Busch, they said that they weren't going to do that. That was a commitment. They only sent that to them.
Yeah. Yeah. And that's these fucking people that they profit on rage. Hey, I'm going to get my base riled up. And now I'm gonna sell them some.
Well, that's how it works for either. That's how it works for either of them.
I'm gonna get a problem.
Well, it works for either of them. I mean, you can get riled up on the left, you can get riled up on the right. It doesn't matter. It's easy to do because people are easily led.
Yeah. That's grifting. That's fucking grifting. That's what. That
and every network does it. And every network does it.
Your kids buy my straight American red beer.
That's why. Well, but I do drink my Anheuser-Busch, and that is Michelob Ultra. And a lot of people have been saying I've been going gay for years because I drink Michelob Ultra.
Yeah, exactly.
So I mean, I don't give a shit about that.
PP break time, and then we're gonna watch this fucking Flash trailer. Sorry, we got it.
By the way, I will point out this was literally just a conversation. Me and Mike were literally having a conversation. People were getting uncomfortable. It felt like mom and dad were talking or arguing in front of the kid. We weren't. I swear to God, it was. Just
I'm not arguing with you at all. I'm just trying to.
No, I know. I was explaining it the same way. But I feel like it's perceived that way. I swear to God, it's not. I swear to God.
No, we need more of that. Sorry, we need to have conversations. We need to have conversations.
Yeah, I feel like that's a good thing. I feel like it's healthy. I feel like it's healthy in the relationship.
No. There's no anger here.
But I saw some people in the chat. I was looking over now and again. You see the chat and be like, "Whoa, what about that Flash trailer, guys?" I just want you guys to know it's not. There's no ill blood.
I'm genuinely curious because I was like, why the fuck are people so mad about I can't say I don't know that, like, I'm not sorry. But like an LBGT person on a fucking beer can. Like,
LGBTQIA plus.
Yeah. Why are we so mad?
Well, here's the thing. I like doing it because
in your house and try to fuck you. You know that, right? Like that's not how it works.
Only if you ask. But here's the thing.
Then maybe
by the way,
if you're lucky.
What was the thing? What was that old show? Hannity and Combs. I like that shit. Where you had that old show where you'd have like two opposing views, or sometimes they weren't opposing.
Like Crossfire.
I guess
so.
One of
those shows?
No, it was like there was a person that was more leaning to the left, more leaning to the right, and then they just had like they talked. That was always fun. Here's the thing about that kind of those are the best kind of conversations because it opens the door. You get to talk, you flush it out. That's how things get worked out, and you get to have things out there, not just your own biases.
Yeah, and we talked about Donnie Darko earlier. This is how I look at politics as a whole, and then I'll shut the fuck up and go pee. And when we get back, we will just watch Fast Channel.
I gotta go. Yeah, I'll go pee after. But yeah, somebody asked. By the way, have we ever swapped undies all the time?
Oh, I've definitely worn Jay's underwear before after sex, after hot butt sex.
We do.
But my point is this: I always look at politics and all this shit as that scene in Donnie Darko. When they played that tape to the class and everybody's obsessed with Patrick Swayze's character and that kid's like, I'm not afraid anymore. And then like she has them. She's like, Susie finds a wallet. Does she's return it? And it's like, put the icon next to fear or love. And he goes up there and he's like, you can't classify the entire spectrum of human feeling into two groups. In my case, this is red or blue. It's like the world doesn't fucking work that way. But it seems like with every single one of these issues,
always
the world and the internet's telling you to either put it in red or blue. And I just like to rather be the Donnie Darko character who's like, he told me to shove it up my ass because that's not how the fucking world works.
Did you think about this? What I think is the most interesting part about the whole thing. Did you notice that Fox News and CNN, they fire Tucker Carlson, and then they fired Don Lemon. They're literally fired within a few days of each other. I swear to God, and I'm usually not. I'm not into the conspiracy theories, but I swear to God, dude, if there was an Illuminati type of group behind that owned all that shit, right? And they were like, hey, if you give us one of yours, we'll give you one of ours, and then we're evening the playing ground.
Wouldn't surprise me at all. These fucking people are using us. They are using us. They're getting us riled up about beer cans or getting us riled up about fucking whatever.
Whatever, yeah.
Like they're taking away our process of thought and saying either go red or go blue or that's it. You have to kill the fucking Republic. Someone has to kill the babysitter.
I literally it was like you can't even get news. You can't even get news anymore without going to independent websites and reading them because they're all skewed and you have to piece together on your own.
Yeah.
You take this little bit of information and that little information and then you piece it together and then you come up with what's happening in the world. It's fucking scary, man. I swear to God, there's a goddamn Illuminati thing.
I'm gonna pee. I'm just gonna go pee. This is what I'm gonna do.
Oh, it was sudden. It jumped at my face. Anyway, guys, don't worry about it. Everything's okay. We're fine. We're fine. We're going to watch some Flash, and then we're going to talk some comic book stuff, I'm sure. And then we're going to talk about whatever movie news things that we need to talk about. But, it's fine to throw in some variety now and again, right? I mean, I feel like that's a healthy thing. Love you, Mad Hatter. Thank you so much. By the way, I will get to I'll wait till Mike. I don't know the super chest because I don't know where he's at, so I'll wait. Only us now, Till Delgado. Only us. But hi, Caleb. Wrestle Recap says, Daddy hit mommy. Well, no, son, I did not. Okay. She was asking for it. Okay. The bitch didn't want to go back to work and I need a new truck. Ryan Swayze 88 says, what are you drinking, Jay? Well, I'm drinking the original gay beer, and that would be Michelob Ultra. I always say that because apparently I used to be made fun of all the time by drinking this beer. Like, I swear to God, I go to a bar, no matter where, and they'd be like, oh, what are you having? I'm like, Michelob Ultra. And they're like, oh, are you sure? Or do you just want water? I'm like, Michelob Ultra is the superior light beer. I don't know if you know that. My sexuality was called in question, which is fine. I don't give a shit, but, seriously, come on. Michelob Ultra is great. Hi, X-Gen. Resident Dr. Evil says, it's all good, Jay. I know Mike gets uncomfortable with these kinds of topics usually, but talk about whatever you both want. I'm here for it. Hey, man, thank you for the support. It is what it is. Yeah, we don't like to bring politics or any type of controversial thing here because we all want to get along with each other. And to be honest with you, I don't care what side of the spectrum on the politics you come from. I don't care really at all as long as you're not like a raging asshole, homophobe, racist, or something like that. Then we're going to be perfectly fine, even if I don't agree with your politics necessarily. So I wish we could just get back to that shit, right? Can we get back to like the fucking like early 2000s, 1990s type of mentality? Like, hey man, you might be conservative, you might be Democrat, whatever the fuck you are, but we're all cool with each other. Whatever, we disagree on that particular policy or that particular thing, and we're still cool though. We still hang out and talk movies. I just feel like it's like that. I don't know. I don't you guys think it's so weird though? It's like that now, right? It's always like us versus them or them versus us. It's so stupid. It's so fucking dumb. Because at the end of the day, the politicians up there in the high castles of Congress and in Washington D.C. rule your ass. I mean, they rule your ass, and it doesn't matter if they're Democrat or Republican. Your ass is ruled, and you know. Fox, CNN, MSNBC, ABC, NBC, CBS, all of those fucking channels, they all are skewed one way or the other to create division and keep us all separated by hating each other. And I just think it's fucking, I can't say the R word. I almost did. I'm sorry. It's really fucking stupid. Ken 13 says, if it was only still the 90s, yeah, it would be fucking awesome if it was just still the 90s. A lot of great goddamn time. You had the Nintendo coming out. You had the N64. You had not Nintendo. Nintendo was the 80s. You had the Super Nintendo. You had the N64. You had the Dreamcast. You had the Sega Genesis. The fucking power of 16-bit gaming. What a time to be alive. Resident Dr. Evil, they are just playing us all against each other. And you are correct, sir. And you know what? Strikingly, your name is accurate as fuck. Resident Dr. Evil. That is exactly what a corporation like Umbrella would do if they controlled the media, would they not? I mean, it's all about control and power. And that's how the T virus and eventually the G virus is released into the Raccoon City population. Really deep. A lot of analogies, pulling it from nowhere and making it work. Dan Murphy says, Jay, have you ever played golf? Those Mick Ultras are a staple of the course. I know. I've literally I watched an arrest video of a fucking dude that had a Michelob Ultra in his hand and he spilled it while the cops took him into custody because he was drunk and he was driving his golf cart. So I know that's definitely true. I've never played golf. I played putt-putt. Never played golf. I don't think I'd be very good at golf because I would always try to hit the ball like I was Happy Gilmore, and that's just not going to be reality. It's just going to, what is it called? When you miss the ball, is it called chipping? Not chipping. No, that's not chip. A chip is when, I don't remember what it's called. It's called, you suck. Scratch. No, that's bowling, you idiot.
That's in pool.
Or pool. She's a nice idiot. I don't know. Resident Doctor, so we can't talk about that. Umbrella. I only play golf drunk. Well, does that work though? Dan Murphy, you are correct. Whiffing. That's what it is. Whiffing. Sean says, Jay, I don't drink, and even I laugh at people who drink my beer. Well, there you go, ladies and gentlemen. Now that is what we're talking about right there. Caleb says, what kind of beer does Michael Myers drink? Well, that fucking Four Loko shit that I had a few streams ago. That's the only type of beer that devil spawn would have in his mouth. Dogma says, Jay, you have pretty eyes. Well, thank you so much. Thank you so much. They're not contacts. They're real. I know. There might be a little
bloodshot.
You're wearing
contacts?
Right now. No. I wish. Dude, if I had contacts on, I would fucking make my eyes green. I think green is like emerald green is the prettiest fucking color in eyes. 100%.
Or ocean blue.
My eyes are ocean. Well, not ocean, but my eyes are more like sky gray blue.
Black people with those black contacts freak me the fuck out. Like,
dude, I would never. You know, the girl in Big Trouble in Little China, the Asian lady that they kidnapped. She was fucking dude. It wasn't just her face. It was the eyes that brought you in, and that's why the guy wanted to kidnap her. I need to go with emerald eyes.
That sound like Johnny Depp. 2 balls of one deep.
Don't tell me how it feels to be punched. All right, I'll be back.
All right.
I didn't get any of the super chats because I didn't know where you were.
Oh, you're good. You're good. I'll jump on them. Jump on the cock, but fuck the duck. I say sorry. When I was peeing and smoking, I realized after the fact, I was like, wow, we just went on a whole tangent of a discussion, and I apologize. We usually don't ever do any of that stuff. Sometimes we've slipped into it in the past. Don't mean to at all. My whole thing is just I want so badly for everybody to stop fucking hating each other just for being who they want to be. It sucks. Arnold Schwarzenegger said something that was really fucking genius to me. It's like, just, be useful. in the world. And like, I just feel like all this fucking anger at people for just being who the fuck they are is so shitty. And then the whole Ezra Miller conversation brings that up. It's because it's like, wait a second, we've seen video footage of someone hurting human beings that are weaker than them, are using their clout to bring hate into the world, and we're just going to be okay with it because they were good in a Flash movie. And it just brings up the whole thing. We don't mean to ever go into that stuff. I love fucking everybody, man. Like, except for assholes. Like, assholes are the only people that you shouldn't like. So I'm so sick of seeing the world be the way it is. But sometimes those things just come up. So I apologize for getting to any sort of political conversation. That was literally just me wanting to know what that story was, and then we just went on a tangent. It happens. I apologize. Movies, the rest of the show, I swear to God. I didn't realize at the time until afterwards. But anyways, sorry, Mike, we read that one. Mike Lowry said, "Hey guys, long time no see. Me love you long. Me love you long time. Dark into the nights." Matt Boyle said, "Hey dude, you got great fucking hair. That's some good hair, Mike." He said, "Look like I picked the wrong week to quit sniffing glue." It's never a good time. You just gotta do it. You gotta ride the tiger. You know, it's like when you quit smoking. It seems like everything in your life goes to shit, and it's a test. It's the world's test. X Connor X says, "You boys got a bit crazy last stream. I feel like we're on the same path. Buster's going crazy. I'm gonna mute Jay's thing real quick. Buster's going crazy. Everyone, my pets' heads are falling off." Sinister Creation said, "Hey guys, been watching for a few months now. I dig your guys' vibe. Keep on being amazing. By the way, I do special paintings. Where can I send?" There is a PO box in the description box of most of the videos. Would love to see your paintings, and maybe your wiener. I don't know. Anything could happen. Vinny Elliott said, "First time live viewing. Hey, welcome, man. We call you guys Biscuit Boys and Biscuit Girls. I don't know why. I forgot why, but Biscuit Boy." Vinny Elliott says, "First time live viewing. So at the end of Evil Dead Rise, the girl gets possessed, right? How did she pick up her friends and drive to the lake?" I think, man, that was, and you're right, but I think that sometimes it slowly, gradually takes hold of them. So like if you watch the movies, and we talked about that a bit in the stream, like there's no rules for how fast or slow it takes hold of people. But I think that was one of the situations where she just was feeling bad and she got sick, and eventually it came out of her. That's the way I took that, but it's a good question, no doubt. Gary McDonald, I'm again drinking these hard dews, and they're dangerous because they're 5% alcohol and they're so delicious. It's just like drinking a Mountain Dew, but there's alcohol in it. I could get addicted. Gary says, just to clarify any confusion, they said we should get the extras on release day here. So that's good. They make it so confusing. I don't know why. Why do they make it so confusing? Which digital releases have extras? Honestly, they should release the digital the same day they do the fucking hard copy. They're just trying to squeeze a little bit more money, because it's like, I'm going to buy the fucking Scream digital copy, and then I'm also going to buy the physical copy. So it's smart. But on the other hand, make it more simple, my friends. Just make it more simple. Dogma says, "Hey guys, what's up? Been watching true crime stuff like Boston Bombing Marathon on Netflix and Waco America Apocalypse. How about you guys?" Dude, I love your picture, by the way. I don't know what it is, but you just look like you're about to win the American Axe Throwing Championships. I, I like true crime. I can just only handle it in bits. If I get on kicks of true crime, I start to get depressed. I'm like, damn, the world's dark. But the first Waco series was fucking awesome. And I've been seeing ads for the second Waco series, and I thought that was just ads for the original one on a streaming platform. Just found out that Michael Shannon and Taylor Kitsch and all them are doing a follow-up called Waco Aftermath. And I was just telling my wife, we're going to watch that shit, because that was a really good show. But true crime's great, but for me, it's got to be in spurts, you know? It gets too depressing after a while. I start to feel like weird about it. I was like, why do you like watching this shit, you sick fuck? Thank you, Nicholas Weir. I like your picture. It's very sexual in nature, but subtle at the same time. Dan Ianuzzi says, "Evening, genitals." Hey. Sup. I hope y'all are doing well. Would have sent more money, but all my big boy money is sitting in my driveway. I bought my Dream 4 this month. My Wi-Fi is poopy right now. So I'm going to watch Halloween Ends. We'll watch this tomorrow. Hashtag Keaton Gang. Hey, Dan, thank you so much, man. Congratulations on the 4. And, hey, thank you for what you sent. That's fucking amazing. I don't know what that translates to because the Canada or so whatever, but whatever it is, if it's $1, if it's $55, if it's 55 nickels, if it's a picture of your dick in a box, we appreciate it no matter what. Thank you so much, Dan. And congratulations on the new car, my friend. Hey, Buster was going fucking crazy, man. Oh, shit. Hang on. You're muted.
Yeah. There's another dog in this house. It's a fucking... Dude, if it hears your voice echoing down the hall, they think an intruder's there.
Yeah, he was like, get the fuck. You guys walked out and he went crazy. He's like, get the fuck back in here and talk movies while I lay on the bed, bitch.
I imagine he's like Bruce Willis. That's his voice. He's like, yippee-ki-yay, motherfucker. Now that you're not here, I can actually bark.
Matt Boyle again with dude. Look at that guy's hair. That is beautiful hair.
Dude, that looks like you and him have the similar hair.
Oh, his is way better though. It sits in a certain spot. He's got a way better barber than I do. Mithrigan sequel to open January 17th, 2025. Jason Blum hopes it will be an ongoing franchise and hints that the Black Phone sequel could also be in the works. I did not know this. Did you ever watch Mithrigan?
No, Black Phone sucked, dude. I hated that one. But Megan, no, I never seen it yet.
I'd say Black Phone's definitely better than Megan. I was disappointed in it personally because I thought all the good Ethan Hawke parts were in the trailer and he was the best part of that movie. I don't understand a sequel to that personally, but hey, if it made money,
we got a lot of hate for that, by the way.
Spread it on.
We said Black Phone was I didn't think it was a terrible movie. I just felt like it's been done. I didn't feel like there was anything special specifically about that movie. And then we actually went over why, and it was like, you guys just don't understand movies. Like, okay.
I gave it an 8 out of 10, but I still got shit for it because I was disappointed because I thought it was going to be better. But
that's called overhyping. I feel like that movie was a victim of overhyping.
Yeah, Blumhouse is getting a little weird for me. Like, they're getting a little bit Walmarty for me, the way that they're handling.
What do they own now?
Fuck a shit ton of fucking Purge, goddamn.
No, I mean, but what's I know the next project they want to do a Nightmare on Elm Street movie.
He said he wants it, but they don't own it. So like, I don't know. Like, that's what I'm getting with that stuff. It's like, I know you're not going to do anything risky. Like, when it comes to Blumhouse, it used to be like really exciting, and now I'm like, I know you're not going to do anything risky with it.
How would you guys feel about that? Would you guys like to see a Blumhouse produced Nightmare on Elm Street movie, or are you like, nah, I'm good?
I'm more into. I'd rather see New Line do it, to be honest.
I always like the A24.
Yeah, but of course A24 could skew too deeply into political stuff, and it could be too slow burn. So that's a scare. That's a fear. But it's good to know. I didn't read that yet, Matt. That's thanks for the info, dude. John Horside, Papa Roach's bass player, says, yes, I am late, but not too late this time. As long as she comes first, whatever you do after that is a win.
You look like my face when I realized that my bank account sucks. Like, what? I can't afford it.
What? Nicholas Weir said, either of you find it creepy in Evil Dead Rise when she first comes out of the bathroom and the look she gives from the doorway?
Oh, yeah, dude. That was a good one. We didn't mention that. Yeah, that was a fucking good one. Yeah, but she's like, she's like, yeah, that was up there, dude. That got me a little bit.
That was a damn good scene. All right.
By the way, I do want to say one thing before we get going. I mentioned that there wasn't that they didn't use. Maybe I did say that, or I didn't say that. I can't remember. But if I said they didn't use digital eyes in the 2013 remake of Evil Dead, obviously I misspoke outside of school. They did, apparently, according to somebody in the comments. They corrected me. It's like they used 2013. They used CGI for the eyes. You all,
but just in the opening. So
well, that's why I thought. Here's what I was gonna say. I just feel like the contacts were better done. If they used the digital, fine. If they used digital eyes in the 2013 remake, I feel like they did a better job of utilizing it than they did in the Evil Dead Rise. I wasn't hating on it because they had digitized eyes. It was just more obvious. No, I know, but I feel like people were like, "Well, are you fucking stupid?" Obviously, they used digitized eyes in the 2013 Evil Dead. I'm like, yeah, okay, and I didn't. It just felt like it was better utilized in the remake.
And it was more of an opening scene thing too. So I think it was just in the opening scene. But mainly the only digital eyes that really looked bad was the one that was eating the glass, and they turned around and it was like bright yellow.
Yeah. Well, that one, and I thought the beginning were I didn't think her eyes looked. I feel like that shit looked fake as fuck.
In the
very beginning of the movie, Evil Dead Rise.
All right, we're gonna watch this trailer together. Missed all of our hubbub about it, and I haven't seen it. Jay's seen it once. Here we go. We'll pause it and stuff as we go if we see anything nifty.
Mm-hmm. Ezra Miller, like he gonna rob someone.
I lost my parents.
Y'all got any wine?
That pain.
Michael Keaton. Let's talk about it.
I am.
Oh, that's a sexy fucking
dude.
shot. I heard they recreated the Batcave from '89 for this, which is
so
sick.
Dude, do you know what that is?
That looks like me pooping.
That's obviously or fucking a kidney stone. Dude, that's the fucking bat plane, dude.
Oh shit! It doesn't look like it fits very well.
Dude, wait. Let it go. Just feel it.
It's been a lifetime trying to right the wrongs of the past.
Oh my goodness, girl.
As if fighting crime would bring my parents back.
Who's that with the long hair? Who's with the long hair?
I don't know. I don't know who that is. Maybe his attorney, but I think it's him.
Oh, dude, if he grew out that fucking hair, that'd be hilarious.
I don't know. I like who else? Dude, there's no way. There's no way. What if it was Jarvis? I know the guy passed away that played the original. Not Jarvis. I'm sorry, Alfred. The original Alfred.
Iron Man's friend.
Yeah. Fucking Paul Bettany shows up out of nowhere. Like, what the fuck are you doing here? But no, the original Alfred. I can't remember his name for the life of me. I know he passed away in real life, but what if that's supposed to be Alfred, like a flashback or something?
Or it could be a lady too. It could be a blonde lady. It looks like the guy who read from the Evil Dead book in 2013.
Yeah. Well, everybody in the chat saying it's Keaton.
That's Keaton.
That's why I thought it's got to be either Keaton or Alfred.
What the fuckle Fritz? That's so weird. But dude, how sexy are those outfits? Oh my god, he's got blue on. That one's
look on the far right. You see the more mechanized look right there. Oh,
that's like the underwater one, right? Like Scuba Batman?
No, isn't there a scene in the trailer where he's on a motorcycle?
Yeah.
I wonder if that's the suit he's wearing.
It looks like the toy you used to buy that was like Scuba Batman. You go underwater.
God damn you, Scuba Steve.
And then if you look to the left, that one, it's got the blue and the gray. Oh my god, that's hot.
Sexy. It's fucking hot. That's hot as shit.
Here we go. And I'll make no qualms with you guys. The only reason I'm interested in this movie is Michael Keaton's '89 Batman.
Yeah, I think most people are.
Movies of all time.
Yep.
Yeah, that's the only reason I don't give a shit about Ezra Miller. Here we go.
But wait, there's more. Look at that one. Now, by the way, right now, I don't know. I might be sold out on Amazon. Todd McFarlane was making the action figure for the Sinner figure. And dude, I was so close to, I wanted to buy it. I really did. Because it's got all the articulation. It's badass. It looks fucking amazing. He's also doing, I think Todd McFarlane's doing the Batmobile, the old school one.
Todd McFarlane is?
Yeah, McFarlane's got
the toy. Oh, okay, I got you.
It's just a toy. Yeah, just a toy. Not that he was doing. But yeah, dude, look at that fucking suit in the center. Isn't okay? So if you look right behind him, diagonal from the center suit, that's the OG '89 Batman suit. You see it?
Dude, yeah.
I like what they've done.
Dude, what about this one on the far left? Does he have guns? Are those fucking
dude,
guns?
They do look like guns. Oh my god, that's totally fucking guns, dude.
That's the John McClane shit right there.
Batman got pissed at some point. He's like, fuck I'll kill
Batman.
him. He's like, I'll fucking kill him for real.
Oh, man, dude, just that one shot. That's like when you're a kid and you go over your rich friend's house. He's like, check out my Batman collection. You're like, oh my god.
Well, JT Custom says the '89 suit is there, and it even has the same burnt mark from '89.
That's awesome.
Oh, he's talking about the one. Okay, if you go left, diagonal from the center, with the burn mark across the center chest.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. God, dude, that's so cool. Holy shit, tits. Why didn't we just make a Batman movie?
Dude, I swear to God,
a Batman movie.
If I were Elon Musk money and I didn't have to do shit and I would just retire from public life and I would literally buy that shit and make that in my house.
That's so hot, dude. Fuck, yeah, that's cool.
You actually did it.
Woo.
Yeah,
you actually did it.
Yep. I can't imagine what you've been through. I love you, Monkey. You lost both parents in one day.
Barry! Call 911 now!
What'd you do?
Save my parents.
Richard.
But instead, I completely broke the universe.
Oh man, this movie's gonna be fucking dope.
Oh, it's the thing from Man of Steel.
Yep.
The Zod's fucking eyebrow plucker.
It looks like an instrument that you would use for a proctology exam, but yes, absolutely. And by the way, Michael Shannon is reprising his role. Can we get an amen? Thank God. Oh my God.
I'm shocked because we did a video years ago where Michael Shannon was like, I don't know, I never even watched Batman. I watched it on a plane. I fell asleep. Like he didn't give a shit about that role. He just
I know.
did it for money. I'm shocked he came back.
Well, no, I
Terrible
mean,
haircut.
remember what Jeremy Irons said basically the same fucking thing.
Oh, maybe it was Jeremy Irons that said that.
No, but Michael Shannon did talk shit on it.
Yeah. Terrible haircut, by the way.
If you went back and changed the past,
This world must die.
you changed the future.
Do you know what this symbol stands for?
Sexy. It's
Means
an
hope,
S.
right?
Oh, this was it.
I will help you fight Zod.
You want to get nuts?
Woo-wee!
Let's get nuts.
Whoa
Did he
wee!
just fucking say that?
Whoa wee whoa! Where's the
It was-
goddamn fire poker?
Holy shit. I can't believe they said that in the fucking trailer. You got to leave that for the movie, man.
That's so good, man. I think they're just trying to hype it up. But dude, it's so weird. I love Michael Keaton, and I'm so glad that they got him to come back. But it's so you look at him and you're like, God, man, I feel so fucking old because he's like so shriveled up in his bat suit, and you're like, fuck, dude. I'm so goddamn. I mean, I'm gonna be 40 next year, and you're looking at that, and you're like, fuck, man.
Is that the guy who works for Bed Bath & Beyond that's always quoting TLC?
You know what? To be honest with you, that when Michael Keaton showed up in Click, the Adam Sandler movie, in Bed Bath & Beyond as the manager, I was like, that's fucking badass.
What,
Well, no, it wasn't. No, it wasn't. It was a
the
Night
other
Watch
guys.
or the
other
Watch.
guys. No, the other guys. It was the other guys.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
the other guys. Yeah,
They go
I'm
to
stupid.
visit.
Yeah, the other guys. I was like,
He works there
that was. I
part-time.
was like, this is nice. This is nice. It's nice to see you again, Michael.
Holy shit. I rewound it. I got to see it again. That's crazy. Oh, I didn't rewind it. That is a corny shot.
Dude, you
Okay.
fucking don't. You're
I went
ruining.
backwards.
You're
I went
ruining the
backwards.
surprise.
I'm sorry.
You want to get
Hooters,
nuts?
Hooters.
Let's get nuts.
Damn, look at that suit though. Look at that fucking suit.
Oh.
So now it's interesting right here. You paused it perfectly
Flash.
because. So what you saw here, yeah, we knew there were
I
going to
got
be two flashes.
bones.
But do you remember when they play footsie in the first trailer and their feet kind of touch and then they like bounce off of each other? You know, they're like, it's got to be obviously the one on the far right and the one on the far left. But she's moving at super fucking speed too, I assume.
Yeah,
I know
she's
the
super
lightning is
right?
coming off of Flash right, but who do you think is the main Flash in this? Who's the actual Flash from the Ben Affleck Batman universe? Is it the one on the left or the one on the right? I would assume the one on the left. No, it's got to be the one on the right because the one on the right uses blue lightning.
But the one on the right doesn't look at all like Ezra Miller.
No, but do you remember that time in the Justice League movie where Barry went back in time and he was wearing like a weird suit and he warned?
Yeah.
Or no,
Oh,
it was
yeah.
Man of Steel. It was
Had
Man
that
of
weird
Steel.
mustache.
Yeah, he had the fucking. Have you
Batman.
been doing Dirty Sanchez? It didn't look like a mustache. But the one on the left is more of the Grant Gustin golden arches.
Does
McDonald's.
the one on the right, dude? It looks like Batman's cowl and the Nightmare. It looks like Nightmare Batman's cowl from Batman vs Superman. The way it's like set up, which is weird. I wonder if Ben Affleck's Batman, who's in this movie, helped him create that.
Dude, it's weird. Is like I feel like Supergirl looks fucking awesome. Like she looks sexy and hot, but at the same time, she looks like powerful. A lot of people were getting bitchy about it because she didn't have blonde hair. It's not a big deal, man. It's like she's got black hair, dude. Who gives a shit?
Yeah. I think she looks pretty badass. Everything I've seen from her looks pretty awesome so far. So I can't wait to see it. But that's a pretty sick looking shot, though.
Oh wait,
it's
JT Gustin's got a
daylight.
He says it's Keaton's suit spray painted red. Oh, dude, that could actually be badass. Like that could be cool if he borrowed some like supplies from Michael Keaton's Batman and then made his own Flash suit.
Yeah, just bought a can of red spray paint from Walmart.
Yeah, I mean, either he saves the world in time or he dies of fucking toxic, ingestion. Like he's breathing all that shit in.
This is gonna be a wild movie, man. June, so, yeah. Oh man, that looks awesome.
Ooh-wee. Get it done.
It's like a Bond film.
Undo what I did.
You can't undo what you did.
These scars we have make us who we are.
He looks so thin though, man.
Fix them. Don't let your tragedy define you.
That's bad. I remade the movies.
Richard, what'd you do?
Yeah, Warner Brothers fired fucking Zack Snyder.
I do. That was a really great line. And like, I think Ben Affleck said that his best work as Batman is in this movie. And maybe it comes from that line was like, hey, don't let your tragedy define you, which is a pretty fucking great line, especially delivered by the great Ben Affleck.
Dude, I gotta be honest with you, man. Like, I think that, and I hope they put it in the movie. I think that Michael Keaton is gonna have like some words of wisdom, like from Rocky Balboa. Like, it's gonna have like a fucking Rocky Balboa moment, and it's gonna be like, I'm gonna rewind this when I'm feeling down.
That's what quitters do, and that ain't you.
Yeah,
Shit
I think
like
it's gonna, if it has one of those moments, I'm like, man, this is perfect.
Doesn't this all look like a Halo 3 level?
It does. It's like, where's the fucking skull? I'm on Legendary.
Yeah, I can't find the sniper. Oh, right in the face. Oh, that's cool. Oh my God.
We're not going to be able to.
That's when you're at the dentist.
Who was that?
That's Zod.
Oh, okay. Oh my God, did he punch?
He's gonna take on Michael fucking Keaton's Batman.
Oh man, okay.
You
so
like that? You like it?
I'm starting to get the hype.
Yeah, it feels good. It feels good. It feels good.
Oh my God, but it's all Batman. I could give a fuck less about any of the Flash stuff going on here.
Yeah, I think it's gonna have. Yeah, dude, I think it's gonna have a fuck ton of Michael Keaton's Batman.
Holy tits, that's so cool.
It feels hot. Yeah, it feels hot.
Oh my God.
Look at
him go!
Whoa! You see?
Oh, see?
Look at that! Look at the symbols. Whoa! Okay.
Oh yeah.
You're strapped to your parachutes. Where's yours?
He's like, yeah, fuck it. I don't need one. I'm OG. I don't need one. Look at the back. Look at the. Did you see the moon? Rewind that real quick.
But it was Batman's face. Like, watch. I'll rewind it all the way, but like, watch his.
Yeah, I know. He smiles. He's like, yeah, I got it.
Yeah, but dude, he looks like your kid when they go into the ocean. And it's like, hey, I gotta poop, and you're like, hey, the bathroom's too far. Just poop in the water. And they sit in the water. And they go. And you can tell
it's like if you're a cop and you ask a drunk person that you pulled over for DUI, it's like, did you shit your pants? And they're like, yeah.
He's everybody when they pee in the ocean. Watch this.
You're strapped to your parachutes. Where's yours?
It's so badass, dude. By the way, I want to point. Look at that. Right, that's so fucking cool. It's so close to the Tim Burton iconic moment where the bat plane goes up and makes that perfect emblem. By the way, I will point out in that scene, the one Barry that's saying that's so cool, and he's like very excited on the right. That's got to be the one flash. Like, that's got to be a flash from that just started or something. Because the one on the left, I think the one on the left is the one that actually ran back in time and is a lot more serious and involved in what's going on.
And that's really going to be my biggest hurdle to overcome with this movie. It's just watching him be all like cutesy and shit like that. And like, oh gee, I'm like, I know what you did last summer. It's going to be hard for me, but oh my God, the Batman stuff is so good.
Look how cool, dude. That's so fucking badass, dude. I swear to God, I was that close to going on Amazon and just like spending money that I don't have and like asking if I could pay it over time, like monthly, and just buying every fucking figure. The goddamn, I want the goddamn Bruce Wayne set, the one that remember in Batman Forever where it opened up. I want all of it. I want all of it. And they're like, where are you gonna put it? I don't know. I'm just gonna own it.
The whole thing reminds me of like buying those 89 Batman toys when we were kids, that gold box and the lettering and the stars that they had on it. It was so good. Hey man, everything I'm hearing about this trailer is fucking amazing. About the movie is that it's mind-blowingly amazing. And that trailer, like, you could have told me one of two things. Either the movie is going to be batshit crazy awesome, or it's going to be a complete fucking clunker. But from what we're hearing versus what I'm seeing, this is like an 89 Batman fan's wet dream.
Yeah, I don't think there's anybody in the world that looked at this latest trailer and was like, "Yeah, I'm still like hung up on Ezra Miller." They're like, "No, fuck that. I don't care. I'm going to support my boy Michael Keaton, and I'm going today."
Yeah. Keaton seems like shit like this follows him around. Like every time he gets a break, it seems like something weird happens. In this case, it was fucking Ezra Miller.
It's so sad. Have you ever thought about like it's so sad sometimes with these actors, like Michael Keaton, for example, where like I know he wanted to come back and do Batman, and the Batman Forever script wasn't his cup of tea, and Tim Burton wasn't involved anymore. But have you ever thought like, man, I think we were cheated out of seeing Michael Keaton in 3 or 4 Batman movies? You know what I mean? Like, like if Tim Burton, if that deal had worked out and we had got a 3rd Batman flick, they were literally working on doing Two-Face thing with Carl Weathers, right? Billy D. Williams. I'm sorry, Billy D. Williams. They were going to do Billy D. Williams. Am I right? Or was it Carl Weathers? It's got.
No, it's Billy D. Williams. Yeah. It's
Billy D. Williams. That was going to be the 3rd film. And I feel like, you know, he was all on board with it. And then as soon as they start shifting around the directors and the direction, he was like, I'm fucked. I'm not going to. And now he's like into it again. And I'm like, God damn, man. I wish that you. Do you ever? I mean, again, by the way, I love Ben Affleck. I love Ben Affleck's Batman. But do you ever think somewhere in the small fart of your ass, what if they had cast Michael Keaton to take on Man of Steel?
He made the right decision, though. If Michael Keaton had been Batman and Batman Forever, it would have tarnished his legacy. Like, he actually made a very smart decision not to be in that movie, you know, because it was so different.
No, but I mean, what would you have done if they were like, we need an old grizzled Batman that's been on the job for a long fucking time, and he put him in Batman versus Superman? Would you have felt like that was too unrealistic because he looks too frail? Or would you be like, no, man, that's perfect?
I don't. I'm glad they didn't, because I love Ben Affleck's Batman so much. But that being said, like 2 years later, like if they'd have done this universe just a little bit earlier, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm glad he wasn't in Batman Forever, but if 10 years later they did this movie, it would have been so cool. Like, it would have been so cool. They just missed the boat on it. They should have. This is 20 years too late, probably, but still looks amazing. God, dude,
I'm gonna chalk this
Indiana
up.
Jones movie. So
no, I do. Well, I'm gonna chalk this up to it as Michael Keaton's Batman. I'm gonna chalk this up as his send off to the fans.
Yeah, I'm with you on that.
I'm not even gonna say Ezra Miller. I'm just gonna be like, yeah, it's Michael Keaton's send off.
When we review it, we should title it the Batman 2023 review.
Yeah, we should. I mean, and just disrespect it further.
Yeah, I enjoy that. That's a good idea. Nick, I read that. Matt Boyle said the new Exorcist movie is titled The Exorcist Believer. That's new news that just came out. The Exorcist Believer. What the fuck does that mean?
Like, I would imagine that the priests would believe in their God so they could combat the demons. So,
well, I guess it would be nice if I
could touch your body. I know not everybody has got a body like you.
Maybe they should put Limp Bizkit on the soundtrack.
Yeah, maybe it should be. Yeah. The Exorcist Believer. I don't know about that title. That's weird.
It's interesting. It makes me think for sure. Cody Towle said John Wesley Shipp.
Yeah, that was the original Flash. Okay. The one that I was thinking of in the early 90s, John Wesley Shipp. That guy nailed it, dude.
Yeah.
I feel like he was the Edward Norton of the Hulk. In my opinion, Edward Norton was a way better and more adjusted Hulk than what we got with Mark Ruffalo. And I know people love Mark Ruffalo all the time, but Edward Norton, man, come on.
I'm of the opinion that the best Flash I've ever seen has been in the DC animated films, and I've never seen them get that right in the movies with anyone. Michael Parton said, check out the movie We Need to Talk About, Kevin. So I guess Ezra Miller was apparently really good.
Yeah, I think I've seen it. I just don't remember it. But yeah, I think
it's a piece of shit in that.
No, it's a heavy drama.
Oh, so it's a method piece. Joe Bob said, Happy Alien Day. Here's $4.26 after YouTube fees get replay.
Hey, man. Thank you, Joe Bob.
YouTube takes 30%, Joe Bob. I don't know my math, but good on you, buddy. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. And it is Alien Day.
What's Alien Day? What does that even mean?
Every year they have something called Alien Day, and they put out this picture. Fede Alvarez put out this picture. Here, let me find it real quick. I'll show it to you because that was something that we're going to talk about today. They're filming. Fede Alvarez is directing the next Alien movie, right? And they put out this little quick picture of it, which is fun. I thought if we ran out of stuff to talk about today, we could maybe do a tier for the Alien movies, but clearly we did not run out of stuff to talk about. But this photo right here. What? No, don't take me. Oh, here it is. Okay.
A lot of people could take that one way. They could be like, is Fede Alvarez involved in a new Alien movie? You know, it's actually funny because a few years ago,
He's
I remember
directing it. Yeah.
Yeah, well, I remember Sigourney Weaver wanting to. Is Sigourney Weaver in it?
No. This is a separate entity.
Okay, well, there was another director. Maybe it wasn't Fede Alvarez. I know that there was at one point there was a very close possibility of Sigourney Weaver reuniting with Michael Biehn, and there was
going
an
to be a Neil
unfinished
Blomkamp movie.
Blomkamp movie, and there was the unfinished script that never got. Dude, goddamn! Now, if you want to revive the Alien franchise, because to be honest with you, I liked Prometheus. After I was sober and I watched it again, it wasn't great, but it wasn't awesome. It wasn't great. It was okay. It was in the middle. Covenant was closer to the Alien thing that I wanted. But to be honest with you, man, I would have fucking loved to see a third movie or just a one-off movie with Sigourney Weaver reuniting with Michael Biehn and then just doing the acting like Alien 3 didn't happen and just fucking going. And Alien 4.
Yeah. Yeah, like I'm very excited to see what Fede Alvarez does with the Alien movie. And if this is, I don't know if this is from the set or if this is something. This looks kind of CG with what they did with the hugger around it. But dude, that surrounding right there, it reminds me of not only the Nostromo and the first Alien movie or whatever, but it also reminds me of Alien Isolation, the video game. Just the way that like corridor looks and shit like that. And this little photo actually got me super hyped to see what he does with Alien. Because, I mean, look at what he did with 2013's Evil Dead. I'm not a huge fan of the Don't Breathe movies, but what he did with Evil Dead's
I think we gave Don't Breathe a decent score. I mean, I think Fede Alvarez, the first one, not the second one. But I never saw the second one. The first one was great. It was original. It was its own thing. But Fede Alvarez...
I believe he just produced the second one, so...
Oh, yeah. Well, Fede Alvarez is like what he did with the 2013 Evil Dead, even though we shit on it, or I did anyway at the beginning. I was like, maybe it just took me a while to realize and appreciate the fucking genius that he did.
Yeah.
So I'm happy with Fede Alvarez. Honestly, I'd be happy with Fede Alvarez taking over the Nightmare on Elm Street series.
I would watch that. That's not a bad idea whatsoever. I'd be psyched if they did anything with fucking Nightmare on Elm Street. It's crazy because Warner Brothers was at CinemaCon, zero about it. Like. Dude, if they announced Nightmare on Elm Street right now in this horror universe,
dude.
Holy, they're just leaving. They're just pissing money away. They're just
the internet would melt.
Fucking Joker.
If they knew Freddy Krueger was coming back to the mainstream, the fucking internet would melt.
It's crazy, man. It's crazy. John Horside, thank you, my friend. Really appreciate that. Says I sent a super chat a little late accidentally in the last live stream, but it would be cool if further Evil Dead films reveal there is a multiverse. Also, have you guys seen Fade to Black? Really underrated. Never seen that. Is that a movie? I never even heard of that one.
Is that a Metallica song?
That's all I know is the Metallica song.
No, I've never seen it. I will say the multiverse thing has actually already been hinted at by the director of Evil Dead Rise. There's an interview that he did where he was talking about the cameo appearance of Bruce Campbell as one of the opposing priests in the audio recording that they find after they, I can't get into spoilers here, but Bruce Campbell, the multiverse thing could exist. I mean, and as far as the director of Evil Dead Rise is concerned, it's very, very possible because of the time travel shenanigans that Ash Williams has gotten up to. I mean, he even goes as far to say that there are 3 books in the Evil Dead series. One book was shown in Evil Dead or Army of Darkness. The other book was shown in the 2013 remake. And now he showed the 3rd book. So it is a possibility that, there could be a multiverse. And that'd be cool. But if you're talking about, Ash taking on Jason and Freddy and shit, I don't think you're ever going to see that. Because I think, Bruce Campbell addressed that. He said they talked to him about it. And then they were like, and he was like, oh, cool. I can finally kill these characters off. And they're like, never mind. We'll call you back. And then they never did. Because what would be the point? Like, if you go and see if Bruce Campbell is starring in Ash versus Freddy versus Jason, you think you're automatically going to assume Ash is going to kill off Jason and Freddy. So it's going to ruin their franchises.
Right. Yeah. And that's, that's what killed that, but that would have been amazing how they'd done that. But I don't even think they need to do a multiverse with it, honestly, because the books make it so easy to jump in any time frame, any whatever. You just don't have to, but you could. The books make it possible to do a multiverse, to time travel, anything. Evil Dead's so fluid because of those books, man. You can do anything you fucking want. It doesn't matter,
Oh, well, AFK Clown says they should make an animated movie out of it. I'd watch the shit out of that. Put it on HBO Max. Let's have fun.
Have Bruce Campbell voice Ash.
Yeah.
Boom. There you go. Thunderstorm 99. I like your name. I like your picture. I like everything about you. I love the 90s. Says you go into witness protection. You got to give up YouTube for your own protection.
Okay.
Go into witness protection. You got to give up YouTube for your own protection.
Don't you just don't you do that when you say a shitty thing at all? You just go into witness protection. That's you like hide away.
That's if we ever disappear. That's why we went into WITSEC. Michael said my superhero name would be the Rainbro. The super K powers. You guys just can't. That guys just can't resist.
You know, yeah. Well, you know that it sounds a lot like Star Fox from Marvel, that was played by Harry Styles at the end of the Eternals. Star Fox's power is literally making people's erotica zone go off in their brains. That's his power. Let me ask you a question. It's rapey as fuck, but if you had a power, okay, here's the thing. He's an Eternal. He's the brother of Thanos, or half brother, I think. I don't know. So he's got super strength. He can fly at like kind of low speeds or whatever. But his actual power is he can activate the erotica zone of anybody that he meets. Like by mental telepathy. He can activate the erotica zone. Would you want that power?
No, because that's rape, brother.
It's rape as fuck. But you gotta think about this. That shit was wrote in the 70s when Star Fox first appeared. It's the same kind of thing. It's like, I'm gonna calm things down. Everybody wants to fight. No, let's fuck each other. You want to fuck me. That's literally Star Fox.
Yeah, that's fair. Hey, Mad Hatter, you're amazing, and we appreciate you so much. Again, very glad to see you tonight. A sight for sore eyes, my friend. Let's see here. Nighttime says, Dr. Loomis, what are your thoughts on Chucky and Howard the Duck actor Ed Gale? Current allegations. He might do Joe. What the fuck happened there?
Ed Gale.
Ed Gale.
I don't know, man. I'll have to get back to you on that. I have no idea what Ed Gale did. I don't even know who the fuck Ed Gale is.
It says here from Consequences Sound, Chucky actor caught in child pornography sting operation. 59-year-old Ed Gale admitted to soliciting photos from a boy he believed to be 14.
Yeah, I don't think Dr. Loomis wants to fucking talk about that until charges are actually, I don't. That seems like a little bit.
That seems
like a legal problem. I don't like. I don't mind talking about certain things generally, but if you say something, even if you're doing it in character, it can be taken out of context and then you can get sued. I don't want to do that. So I'm not going to comment on that. I don't know what the fuck is going on there. So, and that's a big deal, right? Rape. That's a fucking big deal. I'm not doing
that. Bryce Russo says, hey, Mike and Jay, God damn. Hope all's well. Sorry for the random question, but what's the best way to get a girl at a bar or club? Thanks. Appreciate it. We both have good advice on that.
By the way, Bryce, you're fucking, I mean, it seems like you're doing pretty well. Like you're doing pretty well, man. Like that like your advice is your profile picture. Just do what you're doing.
Asking for advice on how to throw a football over here.
Yeah, like you're good, man. Like it's like it's like Joe Montana is saying, "Hey, do you think that I could throw this ball 45 yards? I think you can do it." Well, my method was very caveman and simple. It took me a while to work up to doing it, but I would just go to the bar, and if a girl that I thought was attractive or whatever was sitting there, and she had her arms like splayed out like this, like on the bar, like her elbows were out, I would put my arms next to hers, but it wouldn't touch yet, and then I would like, oh shit, like I would just do, like, oh, I didn't mean to like do that, like I had like some kind of like fucking nervous reaction in my muscle twitch, and I just did that, and like, oh, I'm sorry. I was like, are you singing tonight? And it would just like, I guess that would be called the icebreaker. Like, I'd be like, are you singing? And I'm like, I don't know. Like, what are you singing? I'm like, I might do Bust a Move because obviously. And she was like, I don't know. I don't think I will. And then that just opened up the door for conversation. And then you could tell pretty quick. You could tell probably, I always could tell within the first 5 to 10 minutes if they were even interested in you, because you could tell like if a girl is like looking at you or she's like the tone of her voice. She's into you, and then if she's not, you pick that up pretty quick too. So that would be my advice. I would do some shit like that, like just do an icebreaker, make an icebreaker on your own.
There's something unheralded too in what you just said there. That's I think it's really important when it comes to a single person picking up people live and in person. Is if you look at a girl or you look at a member of the opposite sex, and they see you look at them and they look back at you. You will probably notice if they're interested. Now, There's this thing within us as human beings that when they look away real quick or they go, oh, gross, fucking put your dick away, you know, and you start to reason with yourself and go, well, maybe they were just nervous. Like, or maybe like they're just like they think I'm too hot and they like don't know how to talk to me. Like, no, like if you get the vibe of no, trust that instinct. All right. Don't trust it too. Don't always down yourself. But like as Jay said, if you look at somebody and you catch eyes with them, you smile at them, you will get an idea of whether or not that's an accepted approach. And if that's an accepted approach, Jay's way is definitely been a successful way for him. What I usually do is I just go up to them and I make fun of everyone else. If you go up to a female in a bar and you just start to, you just look at, you find the biggest douchebag in the room, you find the biggest fucking date rape Chad or whatever the guy's name was. He's like, hey, look at this fucking douchebag over here. Isn't that guy, you know?
Yeah.
And like laugh at him. And immediately,
she's like, that's my boyfriend. Like, what?
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
It's a twofer. If you're making fun of some douchehole guy who's clearly being a piece of shit to women or the people around them, and A, you make them laugh, and B, you show that you're not into that kind of thing. And then there's a trust there. And then that's usually a really good way to start a relationship with someone. And just to say, hey, I'm not a piece of shit and I can make you laugh. And that's a very nice way to pick up women. If you're going to be good about it, Steve, don't be rape Greg.
I am definitely not the Don Juan of dating.
No, me either.
At all. And I will say, I've tried the tactic of doing the eye contact thing across the bar. It's worked like 2 times, like total, like fucking 2 times. It only worked. And it just happened to be, she was looking in my direction, and then I was looking around, and then we made eye contact, and it worked because it opened up the door for conversation. Because I could tell that she was interested, at least from the eye contact. So it's actually like maybe it's like reading the room too. You just got to know, and eventually you'll develop that skill on your own. Like you can walk into a room and just fucking know, like, hey, there's a chance for some vagina here. There's a chance, and then sometimes you walk in this room and you're like, there ain't no chance. Because I'm ugly as fuck, and there's no way I'm getting with any of these girls because these girls are hot as fuck, and there's no way.
And the most important thing above all is confidence, because if you're of drinking age, then obviously sex is a factor. And you know what? No woman wants. No woman in the world wants a guy to go in the bedroom and be like, oh my God, this is your butt.
Yeah, you don't want to do that. You don't want to act like you fucking Poindexter from Revenge of the Nerds.
Right. And women smell that on you. If you walk in with any nervousness about you whatsoever, they're going to imagine sex with this guy is going to fucking suck. So there's no way in hell I'm going to let this guy buy me drinks all night. I'm going to text him for 2 weeks. I'm going to talk to him, go on dates with him just to get in the bed and him to be scared to death to touch my boobies. So walk in there with confidence. If you fly out hard, don't be a dick. There's a big difference between confident and dickhead, and fool yourself.
Yeah, you gotta be careful
what you're doing. And before you go in there, go, hey, I might walk up here and embarrass the fuck out of myself. And that's okay. And then, worst case scenario, you're fine. But go with confidence. Go in with confidence.
You got to go in with confidence, but you got to realize that you got to build up some thick skin, because you might get rejected in a really harsh way. And it can happen. Because if you come in with confidence, if you come in too hot on that landing, and you come in way too hot, they could be like, what the fuck are you? Get the fuck away from me. You're like, oh, shit. I just lost engine power in 2 and 3, and I'm going down, Top Gun style, goose eject. By the way, Caleb Parkinson
and did you hear that the bears can smell their menstruation?
Yeah.
You hear that, Ron? You're putting the whole station in jeopardy.
Yeah. Caleb asks, where did you go? That was a karaoke bar. That I usually would have my success at a karaoke bar. It worked one time at a regular college bar, but it's not. That's usually not a go-to. I feel like the best. I mean, for me anyway, my experience was, because the thing about the karaoke bar, you already have a main idea of what you can talk about, which is karaoke. So you already have a main thing to talk about. You just need to make that conversation happen. In a bar or something, like, it's hard because you're like, hey, you like darts? Like, I like darts. You look like you enjoy darts. Let's go play a game. They'd be like, nah, fuck that. I'm not gonna go with you. But if you're doing karaoke and everybody's trying to be silly and they're singing songs they can't really sing, at least you have an opening. Yeah. I mean, that's I feel way more comfortable in a karaoke bar than I do like at just a regular bar. That shit, I don't think I do. No, it was one time, maybe 2 times in a regular bar that it ever worked.
Well, and also, like, I mean, it's like they say in Big Daddy. I mean, that is the truth of it all. Initiating the conversation is half the battle.
That's true, man. That's
Those are
true.
actual
That's some
facts.
good shit right there.
And also, no, in the dark year of our Lord 2023, I haven't dated in a very long time, but I can say this was true then, and it's definitely got to be true now. Know when to walk the fuck away. There is no harm with pulling the fucking eject button. If she's not interested, you get the fuck out. There will be another girl walking in within 12 minutes. I promise you.
Yeah,
don't try to oversell yourself. You're not Robert Downey Jr. Don't.
Yeah,
pretend.
you're not that good looking. And not many people are. Not many people are. But here's the thing: you got to know. You got to know how to salve your wounds. Like if you got fucking meat grindered up by asking a girl and she was like just not interested in you and she like treated you like kind of shit or whatever, you're like, all right, it's cool. You go outside, you have yourself a smoke, maybe you have yourself a little drink at the bar, whatever, if you don't smoke, and then you go outside and recollect yourself and you just go from there because it's one chick. It's one chick. You're gonna be all right. And
also, a compliment, a non-sexual compliment, never hurt fucking anyone.
Yeah, don't go up to her and be like, "I like your titties. They're big.
Tits. Hey, girl,
their tits are big, and your fucking nipples look like antennas. I want to suck them."
If you're not James Marsden from the '90s, don't even try it. just know your role. Caleb Parks has said, "Where do you get the hard dues?" God, fuck you, Tom.
Dude, I swear to God, because Caleb is like having that picture. It looks like you from the past asking questions.
No, that's literally me.
I know it's you. I know, but it's like it's still throwing my fucking brain off when I see it.
Oh yeah. Actually, this would have been me from the past because they announced Hard Do like 3 fucking years ago, and I was going, "That's going to be the death of me. I need it now." And I waited and I waited and I waited.
You drinking?
I was in the store. Yeah, Hard Do's. This is black cherry, 0 sugar, hard Mountain Dew, 5% alcohol. It'll get you. It'll get you.
No, because you were like, you sound like a shitty commercial thing. You're like, yeah, it'll get you 5% alcohol. It's what it is.
Yeah, 100%. But they're in Kentucky now, but I think they go state to state. It's stupid, just like release dates of movies. Sean Davis, hey, it's good to see you, pantsless piece of shit.
Hey, Sean.
I smell mediocrity. Oh,
you're in the right place.
Jay. Long time. Yeah. Welcome. Y'all wearing pants? Shameful if you are. If you guys watch True Detective, do you guys watch True Detective? I'm on season 3, loving it. Saw previews for season 4. Can't wait for that. And the Flash hashtag show your dicks. Show your dick.
Sean, okay, just for you. Mike actually watched the first season of True Detective. I didn't watch that.
On that shit, Jay.
I know. Apparently,
it's so drunk and depressed, and you're gonna love it.
Yeah, I can't wait for that. More beer for me, please. Cirrhosis of the liver, bring that on. But we did. I think we did reviews for season 2 back a long time ago. I think we were doing reviews for it. I swear to God. Yeah. No, we were terrible at it, but I mean, I think we did. So I've seen the season.
No, the season sucked.
Well, our reviews sucked too. I was gonna say, yeah, our reviews sucked too, but
100%.
Yeah, season 2 was not like, and then because Mike had described it to me a while before that, and I'm like, yeah, it sounds awesome. And then we watched season 2. I was like, what the fuck just happened? Mm-hmm. I took my fucking shirt to the dry cleaner that you told me to take it to, and there's an iron mark on the back of my white shirt.
Oh my God, season 1's so fucking good though. You got to get on that shit. Sean Davis, thank you so much, buddy. Thanks for reminding us of that, and we love you so much. It was good to see you, man. Dogma said, "Oh, I gotta watch Waco Aftermath then because I'm interested in the Oklahoma City bombing case." Yeah,
alrighty.
You gotta get on that. You missed the first part. Yeah, dude, that was a crazy time to be alive because it feels like we're all connected into everything now. And like every single day, there's a new fucking crazy story. But back then, when Waco happened, when Columbine happened, when the Oklahoma City bombing happened,
I felt like it happened like that. Boom, 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 boom.
Yeah, everybody was like, "What?" Today, that'd be like, "Well, yeah, duh, it's Tuesday at noon. Of course, that fucking happened." But back then, it was crazy, dude.
Yeah, dude, it was like fucking Skeletor took over Grayskull. And every bad thing you could happen, because you had the Oklahoma City bombing, you had the Waco thing before that, then you had the 9/11 thing. It was like Skeletor was in fucking control. He had taken the sorceress, fucking, prisoner. Anyway, was a terrible
Yeah,
joke. It was going too long.
I'm with you. I'm riding the wave too. Nicholas Weir says, dude, where's Eobard Thawne? Are they not including Reverse Flash? Is this not following the Flashpoint storyline? It's confusing, isn't it?
No, here's the thing there, Nicholas. In the first trailer, I'm not saying, I don't know. Again, I mean, this is just speculation and guessing. But wasn't one of the Flashes wearing like yellow?
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? I know that in the comic books and the CW series, Eobard Thawne is a totally different dude. It's not Barry Allen. But if they're trying to switch things up a little bit, I don't know. You know what, dude? What the fuck? What if they did a sneaky ass fucking thing? What if they did a sneaky ass thing like, hey, we're going to reset the universe, right? So we can have a new Flash, but Ezra Miller was a leftover and now he becomes a villain. He becomes Reverse Flash.
Now that I would watch. I'd like to see him get punched in the face, if we're being honest.
Yeah, that'd be nice. But it's kind of like he's still got a job.
Can you go to 903 on the super chats? I got to PP real quick.
Yeah.
And then I'll let you PP real quick. We won't be around much longer, but I do have to PP in the toilet.
And thank y'all for sticking around though. We appreciate it. Are you on Child of the Corn?
Child of the Corn, yeah, 9:03 p.m. And thank you, Nicholas. We appreciate that, man. Child of the Corn's where we're at, and I'll be right back.
All right, now, Child of the Corn, and he's a corn. He's a child of the corn, so he's from Kansas. Yo, what's good, Mike? What are your thoughts on the pack? Okay, so that's going to be a question for Mike. So I ain't going to answer it, Child of the Corn. But that is 9:03. My wife's asleep. This shit is boring, I guess, sir. 9:03 p.m. is the super chat that Mike can answer. So, Motionless Zombie, thank you so much, by the way, Motionless Zombie, says, hey guys, do y'all think Bell will appear in The Flash as either his Batman or just Bruce Wayne? Man, to be honest with you, there's been so much like rumors and hidden conversations about who's going to appear here. I don't know. I think that Christian Bale could appear. I don't think he's going to appear. I think it would be awesome if they've kept this a secret somehow. I think it would, like, if you were in the movie theater and you saw The Flash, and you're seeing this movie and Christian Bale pops up out of nowhere and they've kept it a secret this long, that would be fucking phenomenal. But I don't think he's going to be in it, but it'd be awesome. I wish that he was in it. Robin Baker, thank you so much, by the way. Appreciate you. Michael Parton says, by the way, I feel like this is my fault for getting you guys in a serious political rant, and I'm sorry. I'm just exhausted and want a new Flash. No, man, it's cool. We're not like, I don't know how to explain it. When me and Mike, goddamn, dude, guys, can you see that? Like my collar, look, there's a hole there. You see that? My collar looks like fucking Booger from Revenge of the Nerds. I look fucking shit. Anyway, either way, Michael Parton. No, you're fine. When Mike and I get into those conversations, we're really not trying. We're not debating. We're just talking. I swear to God, it's not debating in the way that you guys may have seen it on other programs or news sites where they're like, going for the fucking neck or the artery in the neck. It's just, you're totally cool, man. It's totally cool. Love all you guys. It's all good. Frankenstein Studio says, I tried pitching for Elm Street last year. Had the same issue Mike Flanagan mentioned in an interview recently, which is no one seems to know who to pitch to. Craven's estate have the rights, but like no one knows who that is. That's an interesting point there, Frankenstein Studio, and I feel you on that because I think you're absolutely right. I feel like, and by the way, I don't know if I said it, but thank you so much for your super chat. I feel like you are absolutely right because when you say the Craven estate, right, you would think, I would think anyway, if I were in the business of making deals and willing and dealing, that I would know who to talk to. And apparently you can talk to one person and they don't agree with that. And then they don't agree with this. And then you're like, well, I was talking to the wrong fucking person. Because they're like, they have no power over it. Yeah. man, the Craven estate, specifically for the Elm Street series, is really a mess. And I hope they figure that out soon, because I think the world needs some fucking Freddy Krueger right now. Okay. I think we need some Freddy Kruegers to get us through the night. I know it's weird, but I think so. Dan Murphy says, thank you so much. Says, rewatched Cabin Fever recently. Forgot how hilarious and random it is. Hillbilly kids screaming, bad guys! Gas station scene. Yeah, dude. I will tell you, I'll tell you what, man. Cabin Fever was such a great fucking movie for various reasons, but it did have some great black comedy in it, or dark humor, and it had the gore. It had some effects in it that you're like, ooh, shit, I didn't expect that to be on my salad dressing, but it was. Yeah, man, I feel like Cabin Fever doesn't really get the dues sometimes, but it is a great movie, especially when that chick is like shaving her fucking skin off in the shower. God damn, that's why Schick, I don't know how you say it. They would never sponsor this movie. Matt Hatter Thawne, long time representative. We appreciate you, Matt Hatter Thawne. I'm glad to see you again. They said, I forgot to write anything in my super chat earlier. Just wanted to say, love you guys. You got everyone through 2020. We appreciate that, Matt Hatter Thawne, and that's actually very sweet of you. And I'm glad that our dumb, ugly faces could help you, help any of you through the 2020 disaster that was life. Thank you, Matt Hatter. That's awesome. And she's an awesome chick too. Thank you so much. Colton Candler, coming in hot, says, do you all ever make drinking games for movies? Make your own rules. Me and the wife got turned on Jason X. Also, what's y'all's favorite liquor? Might send you some. Hey man, let's get drunk. Send you liquor. No, I don't think we've done that yet. I don't think that there's been like, hey, take a shot every time Loomis scolds somebody, because then you would die. But you could do that. I think that we could make a game like that, but I don't know if it would work that well. But I think that you're onto something there. And favorite liquor, I don't drink liquor. I don't. I guess. This is such a pussy response. I know. I get it. All right, fine. Judge me. It's gonna be Fireball. And that is such a fucking, like, if I were a part of the boy band group 5, that is what one of their members would say. Hey, what's your favorite liquor drink? The kids want to know. I only drink Fireball whiskey because it tastes like Big Red and it gets me fucked up. But it would be Fireball whiskey because it's very delicious, and it makes you extremely fucked up and not realize that you're fucked up because it is so deceptive, in my opinion. There's also other drinks and liquor that does that as well. But yeah, and it's whiskey. So it makes you either feel like Wyatt Earp or a Wyatt Turd, because you can. Anyway, Melissa Petrina says, hey, Mike and Jay, random, but I miss your episodes when Mike would make Jay try the different beers during pandemic days. Love you guys. Well, thank you so much, Melissa. Yeah, we haven't done that in a while, but we actually did. Well, we didn't do it, but there was a live stream maybe last week or the week before where I tried a new beer, and I did the kind of thing. It wasn't set up as far as like I was going to try new beer, but maybe we'll get back to that. Who knows? But those were fun times. Yeah, I mean, fun times for other people. I don't think that's a fun time, but fun time for other people for sure.
Hey, we still have like someone sent us a bunch of hot sauces that I want to try.
Oh yeah,
and I know you don't do the hot sauces, so I was thinking what we should do one stream. We should just, for fucking fun, we should just break out hot shit and different beers and just like do a revolving door of trying fucking awful shit. I think that'll be fun.
We should have Nelly be our hot shit, hot shit,
hot shit. I'm going
down. There was a particular question for you. That's why I didn't answer it. I think it was hold on, I'll find it. It wasn't okay. No, not that one. Not that one. Not that one. Not that one. All right, hold on. It's further down.
Elsa.
But no, this was I didn't want to answer it because I don't have an answer for it. So, where the fuck is it? Jesus Christ, guys. Hold on. I think I'm getting there though. I think I'm slow. What I should do is just write this shit down, like where I left off. But I couldn't be bothered. I can't remember how to write since the pandemic. I don't know how to do it.
It's a vaccine.
It's the vaccine. It's causing me side effects. It's a goddamn fucking side effects. You can't remember how to fucking write. Shit, dude. I feel so stupid because I'm literally sitting here going through this shit and I feel like an asshole. Like I feel like I'm telling you how much you're gonna owe the IRS. I'm
looking too. I can't find anything.
Okay, it's right there. Child of the Corn, 9:03 p.m. So he asked.
First one.
Yeah, is that the first one?
That's why.
Oh, okay,
yeah, that was the first one where I left. Okay, you go take a pee pee.
Yeah.
Enjoy your pee pee. I enjoy your pee pee regularly. And on Fridays twice. Child of the Court says, yo, fellas, what's good? Mike, what are your thoughts on the Pack possibly taking the Levis kid out of Kentucky with 13th pin? No way, dude. No way. There's no fucking way. They won't do it because the reason that Rodgers is a Jet is because the GM of the Packers did not draft Rodgers. And the reason he drafted Love when we were a cunt hair away from the Super Bowl, a guy that was going to sit for 3 to 4 years, is because he wanted to make his splash pick. So now you will see Brian Gutekunst, the Packers GM, draft nothing but support for his current quarterback that he picked. Mark it down, put it in the books tomorrow night. Packers fucking offensive draft picks all night long, no backup quarterbacks, but I do think Will Levis of Kentucky is going to be a good quarterback. I will say that. I will say that 110%. I will. What was the last chat super that Jay got to? Can someone let me know? Did he get John Horside at 9:33 p.m.? Did he? Will someone tell me in the shoot skis below? I need to know. I want to know what turns you on. I want to know. I do want to know. Also, what turns you guys on? What is your biggest sexual deviancy? Can you tell me what the most thing you're ashamed to love in the bedroom is? Like the darkest one. I dare you to say it right now in this chat. No one's going to judge. Hell, maybe someone will do it for you. Tell me. No, he did not get to that one. John Horside said, hey, Jay. Oh, it was for Jay, though. So that is a double-edged sword. I was talking strictly about the Evil Dead universe. Can't have my favorite horror kill my favorite slasher Jason. Also, the TV show teased the multiverse. Yeah, no, like that's why Ash versus Freddy versus Jason never happened, is because, and I understand it. They were like, hey, New Line was like, you're not killing our guy, and the Jason's like, you're not killing our guy. And everybody knew, I think, Ash was going to come out as the good guy of that whole thing, and understandably they didn't want it, so it didn't happen for us. But I just did an article about discussing about why that would have been the perfect situation for a crossover if Ash was the one, because he's a good guy in everybody's eyes. You don't have to do this dumb Freddy versus Jason shit. We have to bring in these new fucking teenagers and try to make them the good guys, and then Jason's kind of Freddy's bitch, and then you got to go through this whole rigmarole. And it's like, we just showed up to watch Jason and Freddy fight. Ash takes care of that problem perfectly. It's Ash versus Freddy versus Jason. You don't need all the setup. The Necronomicon brings them together. Everyone wants it, and you're good to go. It's just one of the biggest missed opportunities of the entire horror universe, for sure. But I do want to know what your all's weirdest sex stuff is. And I'm going down. Stacey J, if you don't chew Big Red, then fuck you. It's true. Let me see where we're here. Oh my God. Oh yeah, you guys are trying to help us with that. Colton said, might go back to my super chat. Colton Candler, he is a handler of big dicks and he is really good at it. Said, y'all make drinking games for movies, make your own rules. Me and the wife got turned on Jason X. Also, what's y'all's favorite liquor? Might send you some. Jay, the only liquor I've seen Jay actually ingest and enjoy is probably Fireball. The best shot you can get on this universe, I found out the other night, though, my friends, is a gummy bear shot. Holy shit. It's so good. It's delicious. Went with a couple friends to Hooters the other night, though. And a staple of when you're drinking with the ladies who aren't into hard alcohol is absolutely a lemon drop. Hooters fucked up the lemon drop. We ordered some lemon drops, and I don't know what they were thinking. It was a fucking shot this thick of straight dirty Smirnoff. Like, just like you could taste it was shitty fucking vodka, right?
What are you talking about?
We went to Hooters the other night, ordered a lemon drop, and they gave
Oh
us
yeah, that'll get you. That'll get you.
Well, yeah, and they're so good usually. But
you can't help it.
This was straight this much shitty fucking cheap vodka, like Tavarsky's or some shit, and they just put a fucking lemon wedge in it. We took the things, expect them to be sweet, and that dankness just hit your soul. And it was like, what the fuck did we just do?
Did you ever remember? Did you ever do when you were a kid, like you're legal age, I'm sure, as we all were. Did you ever do like Jose Cuervo?
Yeah.
Dude, that shit, like that shit turned me off tequila for fucking like years.
Tequila will turn you off tequila. If you
but I mean, if it's like if you have the money to do Patron, like Patron is smooth. It like you don't taste that shit, but like that cheap ass like Jose Cuervo, dude. God damn, that is fucking like that is like a bullet from the Matrix. Just shatter your soul.
Tequila is the number one alcohol that if you get really fucked up off of it, you may never drink it again because like it just sticks in your soul in a deep way. For sure. I did ask people what their weirdest sexual fantasies were while you're gone. I'm trying to scroll through and see. I haven't seen any yet, but I'm behind a little bit. But it is a good question. I don't think anybody's. I just see a bunch of no's. Greg Harris says my girl tongue punching my fart box.
Hey, there you go.
Who doesn't love it? Not many people are lucky enough to have ever enjoyed it, but
not myself, not me.
Never had that happen.
I don't want that. I know that we have a friend that will continuously espouse the religion of fart box licking, but I will not go on to this religious journey with him.
Well, he's more obsessed with doing it than he is to receiving it. That friend, particularly, he's like,
isn't that weird that he talks more about doing it than receiving it?
Dude, you could be talking to the fucking Pope. All right. He could have just met Harrison Ford and he's like, hey, I'm Harrison Ford. He's like, hey, man, you like eating butt? Because I love it. It's his favorite topic.
Yeah, but
and I respect it.
But if Harrison Ford came out and said, listen, I want to tongue punch your fart box. Like, I don't know if that would like go over well or if it would be like more of those, I don't know. Like, that's weird. Like the whole tongue punching the fart box. Like for regular folk like us and Mr. Sexy Greg there, that works. But for Harrison Ford, I don't know.
I think it's wonderful. I think it's a wonderful feeling. And you know, sometimes you get in the bedroom, you've had a few drinks, and you just want to do something you're not supposed to do. And that's where eating butt comes in. You know? Yeah,
I never eat butt. I don't do it.
Michael said triple anal. That's a deep dark secret for sure. Not many people can handle the triple anal. I know I couldn't.
Like
I'm not even a fan of a finger.
Like that's like 3 dicks in your ass. Like 100%. Like I'm asking for real. Is that 3 dicks in your ass? Holy
triple
shit.
Means tress. Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
When you fart, it's gonna sound like a windy day in Oklahoma.
I didn't get many honest answers from people, but we got a couple good ones in there. We sure did. Stacy said 3. Oh,
well, apparently I'm lame because I don't eat asshole. But okay, Chad's like, you're lame, Jay. I'm good.
Hey,
I'll be lame. I'll stick with
fucking.
I'll stick with like my real sex education from HBO.
Hey man, some people don't even go down on their significant others. In the dark year of our Lord 2023, you got people out here too proud to go down on their partners, and it's a shame. It's a shame. Everyone deserves some oral sex from time to time. Am I right? I mean,
oral?
Like oral, just oral. Yeah,
just regular. Yeah,
that's a part of a relationship. I feel like that's what you sign up for. Get in there, and do it. Right?
Dude. Brandon Ferguson says, like sticking your tongue on a 9-volt battery. It's like I licked the fucking Duracell, but there's poop on it.
Post shower, post shower, you can do anything you want. Everything's a safe space after a shower. As long as you trust your partner has good hygiene. I don't see anything wrong with it.
Jesus Christ, Ballad of the Broken says queefs. If it ain't talking back, I don't want it. Whoa. My goodness gracious. My goodness gracious. By the way, Ballad of the Broken, your profile pic exactly represents what you just said. Like, you look at that queef and you're like, that's what I'm talking about. And if it doesn't do it, it's not doing its job. That's fucking. I gotta be honest, man. That's fucking nasty, dude. Like, let me tell you something. Like, queefs, like they do happen. They happen.
There's nothing wrong with it. Yeah.
No, I mean it's just air, Stephen. It's like skin, Stephen. But when you've only read about it and then it happens in front of you, it's like seeing a T-Rex bite through a fucking cage. Like that moment in Jurassic Park when the T-Rex like fucking demolishes that cage and like corners them in their Jeep. That's how you feel as a guy. If you've never heard a queef, you're looking down at it and you're like, God damn, a T-Rex just popped out and it got through the electrical fencing. Because you don't know and it's weird because you got to make sure like she's comforting. You're not gonna be like, damn, did your pussy just fart? Like, you're not gonna say that. Like, you're thinking that.
You can't
say that. You can't say that.
Acknowledge it. No, you never acknowledge it.
But it's like, but if you farted though during a blowjob, would that not come up? You know that come up.
No, because that's all of a sudden, like, oh, you can't. Yes, you can. No, I really can't. But I understand. Like, it's not. I mean, it's
not appropriate.
If someone's going to town on your butthole and you fart, then maybe it's the same thing. Like, well, it's not your problem. It just happens.
Dude, I swear to God, you imagine if you were doing that, if you were like into that and you were eating asshole and someone farted while you were doing it, and it was like, you would immediately know what it was like to be in Human Centipede as a stunt double. You would know that tasty selection of Pringles poop chips. You would know it.
This entire conversation, I just want you all to know that this conversation is a Patreon stream conversation. Like, this is the Patreon streams are 3 hours of this conversation.
I apologize. Maybe we should have gone into that dark spot of the internet, but
no, it's a free preview weekend. Like, that's exactly what this conversation is.
Yeah, well, Scratch Bruno says Brody talked about it in Mallrats. He did. Yeah. He's like, did you ever fart in front of her? It's like, no, yeah, of course. He's like, yeah, but did you ever fart in front of her while she's giving you head? By the way, as a guy, when I heard that line, I'm like, dude, fuck no, I wouldn't. Like, you gotta clean that shit out. Like, you gotta like be ready.
The worst feeling is when your partner would like to make love, and you got a triple Sancho Supreme talking back at you.
That's dude.
That I gotta hold it in,
dude. Listen, and dude, the worst part is like, you got to fart, and your belly is like swollen up, and it looks like a blimp. And you know you got to fart, and you can't figure out how to fart. Like, it won't work.
Yeah.
Because you want to fart and get it all out. You want all the gas to leave your system so that she can blow you. And then it's like, it won't come out. And then when she starts sucking you, and then you're like, fuck, dude, it's not working.
I'll be honest. I gave up on butt stuff about a year ago. I said, I've heard too many horror stories from my friends who are on the Tinder and are single and just like, these people these days with the apps, they're having sex with 40, 50, 60 people. Like, just, it's crazy. My number was pretty high back in the day with no app help, no internet dating help. And I was considered a scoundrel, but these numbers, these kids have these days with all this help. I've heard so many stories about people like accidentally pooping on each other and stuff like that, that I just kind of stopped with it. Yeah, I said, you know what? That never happened to me. I'm going to retire. I'm going to retire early, like Andrew Luck from butt stuff, because I don't want to get pooped on.
Here's the thing. Butt stuff is fun if the other partner is into that. But at the same time, can we all agree here? Butt stuff, butt fucking, whatever you're going to be into, there should be like a yellow caution tape, because you don't know. You just don't know. Like, if you're going to put it in the butt, you could have a shovel full of poop,
Right.
that's coming out. Like,
Sometimes when you pull it out, when you look into the abyss, it looks back.
Yeah, well, I mean, to be honest with you, to be fair, I've only done, I'm not going to get into details, but butt stuff is it's for some people, but it's just not for me.
It's a wonderful thing for those nights where you're like, I just want to do something fucking I'm not supposed to. And then like, there's a territory for that. There's a place you can go where maybe you shouldn't go, but maybe you should. I don't know. But
it's like reading a Dead Sea Scroll. Maybe it's going to take a while for me to translate this, but it might be okay.
I'm just saying, I'd like to officially announce my retirement from butt stuff as a 37-year-old married male.
Well, that's a big announcement right there.
I had some good memories, and it's hard to walk away. But I'm retiring,
and you could go play for the Jets.
but buttholes and the Jets.
By the way, Mike texted a picture of Aaron Rodgers holding up a Jets jersey. How you gonna feel about that, man?
I don't mind. I'm
well, I mean, for real though, when you see it on the field, how are you gonna feel?
It's gonna feel weird, but I've experienced this. I experienced this with Brett Favre, and
you did.
I've been down this road before, and I hope Aaron Rodgers goes and plays awesome, and I hope the Jets do great. I'll root for the Packers above all, but if the Packers are out of it and the Jets are still in it, I'm rooting for the Jets to the Super Bowl, baby. Let's do it, Aaron Rodgers. Get that second ship. Mm-hmm. If the Packers are out of it, I said. If the Packers are out of it.
Have the Jets won a Super Bowl? I don't think they have.
They won one. Like they won like Super Bowl 9.
Oh, it was in 1812, wasn't it? When the White House was on fire?
Yeah.
1812?
Yeah, it's been a long time. Racism or slavery was still a thing with the Jets won the Super Bowl.
What's funny to me is like, I know you guys are going to tune out, but some of you guys will anyway. It's so funny to me when you look at the history of the Jets acquiring Green Bay Packer blue chips. They got Brett Favre, and now they got Aaron Rodgers. Brett Favre couldn't do shit with them, and now they got Aaron Rodgers.
Brett Favre.
No, he did a good. I mean, it was a good season, but I mean, they were expecting that motherfucker to go all the way.
Until he hurt his elbow, they were like 7-0 and just beat the fucking shit. And they weren't 7-0, but they just beat the shit out of the 7-0 Tennessee Titans, who were killing shit. They were looking like a Super Bowl team, and then Favre broke his little elbow, and they fucking sucked. They didn't make the playoffs. But yeah, they were on their way. Do
you think that the Jets, for real, do you think that they're like a team that needs to be canceled off NFL? Like why do you have them? You have the New York Giants. You have Buffalo Bills. The Jets they feel like a fucking I don't know. They just feel like a soda company that just came up with something that's going to compete with Pepsi and Coke, and it's called RC Cola, and no one's heard of it for a while.
But I respect that. I actually love that. I love that. They're an underdog. And you have to appreciate that. Like they have sucked so much dick for so long that it's kind of nice to have them in there. Like, hey,
but you'll never root for Chicago.
Angels in the outfields. Fuck no, I won't ever root for Chicago.
And they sucked a lot of dick earlier in their season.
Yeah. But Chicago,
we're not in the season, but a few years ago, Detroit sucked a lot of dick to get where they are now.
Right. Well, there's a few teams that you'd have to be happy for. You would have to be happy for. I think the Jets one of those teams.
One
Cleveland
NFL
used to be
team
one until they hired a rapist as a quarterback, but yeah.
Yeah. Well, one NFL team that you absolutely think is fucking trash. One like trash. It needs to go. If it left the NFL as an overall, you'd be like, all right, that's an improvement.
I will now say the Cleveland Browns. Because not only
shit, dude, that's like shitting on a lot of people's dick right there.
Well, not only have the Cleveland Browns sucked so much dick for so long, they've sucked more dick than our political party system. They have sucked so much dick for so long. But I used to root for them and be like, hey, those Browns fans deserve it. But then they got Deshaun Watson.
They are shitty.
And the fans are like doing massage table jokes and shit like that, and like laughing at the fact that they gave this guy who's a certified piece of shit more money than any other quarterback in the NFL. So I honestly hope the Cleveland Browns get regulated back to the fuck you French fries.
I agree. I don't know what that means. I will go on the limb with you, and I will say I agree. I think the butt crack Browns are terrible. I never liked them. I think their fans are trash. even
Texans
if you're
is a good pick too, you guys. That's a good
I
one.
saw Texans too.
Yeah.
I will say, if you're a Browns fan, I'm not saying you're trash, but the overall perception of America when they look at the Browns fans, I mean, you guys fucking cheered when Tim Couch got fucking hurt. You wanted him to almost die. You're like, fuck yeah, dude. Fuck yeah. Like, that's nasty, dude. That's gross. Like, that's your fucking quarterback. But I will say, I will agree with the guy that was saying earlier, the Texans. Can we just bring back the Houston Oilers? Can we just do that? Fuck the
yeah, the Oilers are so much more fun than the Texans.
And it was cool. They had, dude, I gotta be honest, the Oilers uniforms, fucking
yeah. Oh, yeah, the baby blue. Those were sweet. All right, last super chat of the night. We're getting the fuck out of here before we get ourselves into even more trouble than we've gotten to. We've covered Dermot Mulroney. We've covered Bud Light. We've covered Ezra Miller. We've covered everything from Aaron Rodgers to a sweet sundown sunshine moon. And now we're talking. Dan McCartney says, "Hey Mike, hey Jay, it's great to see you guys after a poopy day. Just got news that my drummer might quit my band, so stressed and bummed out. Seeing if I can get him to say, can I get a pep talk from Loomis and Chalice?"
So your drummer quit?
The drummer's going to quit, and he's trying to make him stay.
Oh. Well, it might be good for him. I don't know what's the situation.
Let me tell you, I've been in a few bands myself. All right. I've been in a few bands myself. I am a doctor, and I was in a band called Nurses Give Blowjobs. And it was a punk band. And the only reason I joined the band is because the lead singer died. And then I slept with his daughter while investigating his death. And I would always say, hey, it's getting late, guys. I could use a drink. I would have a couple Boilermakers. I would go on stage. I would make an ass of myself. But no doubt, I got laid a lot. So you tell that drummer of yours that if he leaves this band of yours, that A, he'll have to spend time with his children on Halloween. And you know he doesn't want that.
Worst.
And B, you will pay for his High Lifes, Miller High Lifes, for the next 3 to 4 9 shows. And then you tell him that he will never, ever get laid as much as he'll get laid in a band, especially being a drummer, because women love drummers. Show him pictures of Travis Barker and the women he's been with in his life. Take him to a Cubs game. And if he leaves, fuck it. Drummers are like tarps. Everybody has tarps.
Yeah. Dr. Chalice might be drunk, but I agree with the sentiment. I don't give a fuck about the drummer, like at all. If I were listening to a band and like, who's the drummer? No one would care. But here's the thing. You drum shit. That's what you do for your life. You drum things. You drum a beat and you're a part of a band. Unless you have another skill, I would suggest you stay with the band. Otherwise, you're full of shit. Here's the other thing.
Mm-hmm.
You sound like a hippie, which means that you smell like butt crack and armpits. So do your best and stay in a position and a job that will pay you money for doing that. I don't know, though. Your drummer stressed and bummed. I mean, Jesus Christ. I mean, just ask him if he wants to stay in your goddamn band. And if he says no, then let him go like a butterfly. If he comes back to you, then it's true love. If he doesn't, fuck it. Holy shit. You can replace him. I mean, it's dumb as hell. You know, at the end of the day, it's up to you. But I would say you sound like very sentimental about your drummer, which is fine. I get it. Fine. But it also sounds stupid.
Mm-hmm.
Let him go be a party boy with his goddamn Bush Light.
Mm-hmm.
When he runs out of money on his first 12-pack, he'll be right back at the end of the night.
Mm-hmm.
End of the story.
And hey, as GH Riggs says, just tell him you quit this band, you're gonna miss out on the fucking Catalina wine mixer.
Nobody wants to be talking. Yeah.
Fucking Catalina wine mixer.
Fucking
to be
Catalina
fair,
wine mixer. Yeah.
drummers should get like a 5. If you're in a band with a drummer, give them a 5% pay increase. You know why? Because everybody else has a fucking. You got an amp, you got a cord, and you got a guitar, or you got a fucking microphone. Or as I was a singer, I didn't have to carry shit. Drummers have like 18 fucking pieces. And they
Wait a
got all
minute,
that
before we
shit they
go,
gotta
by the
carry.
way, Austin saying we missed his super chat.
Yeah, you know, we actually missed a couple. I'm scooting back. I'm
All right,
scared.
we'll get you guys. We'll get you guys when we can. By the way,
I actually do. I respect drummers. I so badly want to be a drummer because I just want to fucking take all my anger out on some goddamn drums. But I just don't have.
I think a drummer will be the best job in the band. You don't got to do shit. You don't got, but I mean, you're doing it. But I mean, you really don't. There's no camera on you. All you got to do is keep the beat.
Yeah. It's a hard job. Like I can't do it. Like I want to fucking do it. I so badly want to do it. But you know, anyways,
if you were doing any job in the band, a drummer, in my opinion, would probably maybe rhythm guitarist.
It's sweet, except for you have all that equipment to take care of, and nobody gives a fuck. Like if the guitar player needs to tune his guitar, it's like, oh god, guitar player has to tune his guitar, and but the drummer's like, hey, I got this, I got a cymbal, I got I got all this shit, and it was like, hey, can you fix it, Dan? You're the fucking drummer. Just get back there and hit your fucking sticks.
Stephanie says, I'm a drummer. Stephanie call, I'm a drummer. I didn't know you drummed.
You drum a bunch of bullshit, Stephanie. Just kidding. I love you, Stephanie. Frankenstein Studio said this stream was like when you were a kid and your family couldn't afford Skinamax, but every once in a while you got that free weekend trial.
Hey, that's cool. I like that, man. That's a cool ass fucking description right there.
Yeah, that's what we should start calling the Patreon streams. Real Sex 9.
Everybody would like tuning in on that. Yeah, let's see their buttholes. I want to see it.
People,
how far can they stretch their dicks on a piece of wood?
Yeah, we break out the guitar and like, what do you want to sing about? Everybody's like, butthole juice. Sing about pussy juice. Austin says, do aliens have horror movies, and do they star us humans doing regular stuff like washing our car, eating bananas? And that's a really interesting question, actually. Imagine if you're an alien on a planet, like, oh fuck, dude, I hope the humans never figure out space travel.
Yeah, I would say that we're villains to them. They're fucking like literally evolved monkeys that have somehow harnessed the power of the atomic weapon. We should be scared. We never want to go there and never interact with them ever.
I guarantee you aliens are smarter than us. They've figured out time travel. They know how to come here, and they just don't want to. You know why? Because they saw Marjorie Taylor Greene's Twitter account. And I wouldn't fucking come here either if I saw some shit like that.
Was it bad?
She's a scary beast. She's a scary beast from which there was no return. That, or I'm trying to think of a liberal alternative just to make it even.
I don't know.
One of those. They turned on CNN. They're like,
AOC. They saw an AOC fucking tweet.
Sure. Yeah. I don't want any fucking part of these pieces of shit. Y'all can't even agree that it's not like someone could take a shit on a pickle and people be like, I love shit. So like, I love fucking pickles. Like they can't agree on nothing.
Dude, that's so funny that you say that. That's literally how it works. Yeah. Like you could literally say the most common sense thing, like, hey, the fucking sky is blue. And the other side's gonna be like, nah, man, it's fucking red. I'm like, what? What the fuck did you just say? Nah, it's red with clouds. You're dumb as shit. Like, oh, I'm only really saying that because I want to be opposite of you.
This is actually a perfect fucking segue to bring everything in this chat that we've talked about today full circle. I was talking to somebody and we were talking about politics and stuff like that. He's like, look, I don't care if you're a Democrat or you're a Republican. It's like, if you hate Marjorie Taylor Greene, like if you're not cool with that, then we're okay. And I think that's the thing. Like there's like the majority of us are fucking reasonable, understanding fucking people who love each other. And then there's people who are fucking extremists, and nobody actually likes the extremists, but they're so loud and they're so vibrant that we think that we're all extremists. We are fucking not. We're not.
No, I think the bottom line is, and like I said, we've talked about a lot today, haven't we? We've gone through an adventure, and we've explored a lot of the Super Mario Brothers world. We've gone down pipes, and we've come up, and we've hit the mushroom tip. But at the same time, we've all listen. There are people on either side that are fucking crazy as shit, and you're not gonna. I think the majority of Americans, and I really do believe this, the majority of Americans believe in common sense, and at the end of the day, that's always what's going to rule out, because that's just the factual reality of the reality that you live in, right? Yep. And I fucking have always hated this, man. You can have disagreements on how you think a certain thing should go. You can lean one way, you can lean the other way, and that's fine. That's okay. When it gets to a point where, like, you know, people are literally losing family members, or they're fucking disowning children, and they're fucking like, we're done. It's like, Jesus Christ, dude. They don't give a fuck about you. They never have. You're just a goddamn cog in the machine turning the wheel. If you're that inflated of an ego that you think you fucking matter at all, if you think that your little tirades are going to make a fucking difference, you're dumb as shit. But at the end of the day, it is healthy. It is healthy. And I do enjoy it that we get to have these opportunities to have a good conversation, because I think that's what's missing. You can have a good conversation and not fucking hate each other at the end of the day.
Right. There's some of the people I love the very most in my life have completely and utterly opposite views than I do. And I still love them. And I don't think they're bad people. Everybody has their own views for their own reasons. And everybody does. We react to a lot of things out of fear. And it's just like, I would love to get to a point where we all try to put ourselves in each other's shoes a little bit more, and stop operating out of fear so much. But my point at the end of the day of all of it is, I love everybody, and there's no reason to hate somebody just because they think differently than you do. And that's kind of the point of this. Like, we can have these conversations, and they do come up, and we don't like it, and it makes me feel weird. And
I don't like it either. Yeah, I don't like it either.
Finger in my butt. Yeah, but I don't really give a fuck, or I don't like Jay any differently because of how he feels, or anybody else. It's just like
me, bitch. I feel the same. Like, not really.
If I get along, and you get along. We can all get along.
It is one of those things, though. It really is one of those things, though. You're right. Absolutely. I feel like you used to be able to have these conversations and you still be friends. Yep. Like, I love Mike to death, man. I fucking love him, dude. We've been friends for over we're going on 25 years, I think.
Yeah.
I'm not going to give a fuck what his political opinions are, where he leans. I don't give a shit. Like, we'll have different opinions about fucking shit that we can't control or how we're gonna fucking affect it, but at the same time, I care about Mike. I don't personally. I don't give a fuck. Like, Mike told me, like, hey man, I need your help on something, or hey man, if you come up here and play with my wiener, I'll do that. Yeah, that's just the way it is. It used to be like that, and I wish we could get back to that, but. You got Facebook and you got Twitter and you got Instagram, and everybody like fucking I'm gonna shout the loudest. I'm gonna get the fucking I'm right and you're wrong. It's so fucking dumb, dude. It's so stupid. It's so dumb. The whole fucking thing is so stupid.
And I'll say this. Take the person in media or social media or Twitter or wherever the fuck that you hate the fucking most.
Yeah.
And imagine if the person you love the most came to you and said that they feel that way too.
Yeah.
Think about that. Think about how much more grace you would give them. No one's coming into your house to fucking beat you up and make you a political anything.
Yeah. And I feel like it's all politics anyway. Who cares? But dude, if somebody told me like, hey, I feel this way, and they came to me and something terrible happened to them, I don't give a fuck. I'm going to be more concerned with them personally. All right, man, are you good? Are you feeling okay? I'm not worried about their fucking politics. That's the problem. When you put that as your number one focus and that's your whole existence, you're a pathetic loser. You're loserous ass. Like, you're literally thinking like, this is your whole existence. I believe this way, narrow-minded. I believe this way, and everybody else around me are wrong, and therefore I have the moral high ground. You're full of shit. You're not a god. You're not anybody. You're just a fucking moron that has an opinion. And there's a lot of opinions on this earth. But at the same time, we can all have different opinions and get along at the end of the day. I feel like I swear to God, people like me and Mike, I swear, we could be in Congress and make fucking changes that would actually work. Because you could have different opinions and fucking go across aisles and make the fucking idea work.
The reason people like you and I are not in Congress is because these fucking politicians that people idolize and they spend their entire lives. They're literally changing their entire lives to follow them. These people are playing you like a fucking joke and making you hate your neighbor because it makes them fucking money. And we're all fucking buying into it. We're all living up to it. We're all becoming a part of the fucking rage culture, and it sucks fucking dicks.
Yeah, dude. Do you remember? Like I said, I mentioned this before, but goddamn, how different was it? In the 90s? Like, I'm just saying, like, you could have a difference of opinion, even in the early 2000s. You could be like, I don't give a fuck, man. Who's running? I don't care. And like, hey, who are you voting for? I don't know. I mean, like, oh, that's cool. And then you go play basketball or play fucking GoldenEye or something on N64. You wouldn't worry about it. But now it's like a fucking big deal. Who the fuck are you voting for? It's like a goddamn Gestapo from Germany. Who the fuck are you voting for, motherfucker? It's like the KGB. I'm like, who gives a shit? Anyway, at the end of the day, guys, we love you guys and we accept all things here. I mean, we really do. I mean, and at the end of the day, I want to make sure you guys understand. Me and Mike were not fighting. It wasn't like that, and I think that people thought that we were. We really weren't. Me and Mike actually have fought before.
No, I didn't even realize it came off that way until afterwards, and I was like, "Oh shit, that's not."
Yeah, it did, and then I was like, "Oh, it wasn't though." I was like, "Me and Mike have actually fought, like physically fought," and then it was like it was the most white thing you've ever seen. We fought each other on a concrete outside of a fucking karaoke bar. That is the most whitest thing that you could ever see between two men fighting. But that wasn't a fight. We were just, we were just having a conversation, man.
Yeah, we have had arguments about it before, and had that same conversation. I literally didn't even know it looked like we were arguing. That's why I felt bad.
No, I didn't either. When I was talking to you, I know because that's cool. Because we were zoning out. We were like talking to each other. We were just like zoning.
Yeah,
it was like if we were like B-dubs and we were waiting on the fucking next game to play at March Madness. We had nothing to do. We're like, hey, we'll talk about this for fucking 30 minutes and then wait for the next game to come on. But
and just in general, I always try to look at who's the smallest person in any given situation. Like who's the person who is really small and helpless and being beaten up on in a situation. And that's kind of how I try to look at things. And when it comes to stuff like life is fucking hard, man. It's hard to get through life as a fucking straight white guy. Like, it's hard to get through life. Like, you go into a place and you feel like you're the smallest person in the fucking world, just like anybody else can feel on a certain given day. So like when I look at how people feel just trying to live their lives and they're getting shit on by a huge community, it makes my heart fucking hurt. And then I look at other sides of things when you look at like the Ezra Miller and it's like, oh, someone who on video is a piece of shit and we're praising them. Imagine all the people who go through the things that they go through just trying to be themselves and trying to live their lives. And I try to look at them as like, what if that was my kid? What if that was someone I love?
Absolutely.
Eat that fucking hate just for being who they were. And then you've got people like this on the other side who abuse it and use it against each other. And those sometimes you can't help but get fucking heated about stuff like that. But I mean, life is fucking hard for every single one of us on this fucking planet. And we should start to treat each other that way. That's all.
Well, here's the thing. Me and Mike will be fine, man. We'll go out to B-dubs next week. I mean, I don't fucking know. Like, it's the thing. It's like you can have disagreements and you don't have to fucking hate each other. It's so weird that we've got to this point where we're supposed to be advanced. It's 2020, it's 2023, and we're fucking acting like we're fucking Neanderthals, stepping out of fucking caves and tribal. We're tribal as fuck. It's so disgusting. I hate it. Yeah. I mean, I'd be like, hey man, I don't like that song. Well, you don't like that song? You're this. What? I don't like that song. That don't mean I'm this. Fucking stupid. Like, that's where we are as a culture, but hopefully we just walked onto the TED stage.
We walked onto the TED stage at South by Southwest. We said, "This is our TED Talk, sluts. Listen or don't."
We should clip parts of this and just put it as a TED Talk. Mr. L, by the way, and Mr. L will bring us all together. Look, the IRS exists. Life is hard enough, and that is all we need to know. Left, right, Democrat, Republican, independent, populist, whatever the fuck you are, libertarian,
straight and gay butt fucker.
IRS doesn't give a fuck about your goddamn party. They will make sure that there is no lube involved, and they will fuck you right in the asshole.
Yeah. The real bastards are the people who make the Transformers movies and keep those things happening.
Well, that'd be Michael Bay.
We should focus on those people.
Did you see that new trailer?
Stop. Yeah, it's
terrible.
A goddamn piece
fucking
of dog
terrible,
shit.
Dude. It's fucking bad.
It's awful. Hey, we fucking love you guys so much. I don't know what the fuck we're still going on and on about, but here
I don't know. I felt like it was like an end of a. Like, I was like, hey man, let's just do something.
Yeah, it's Rocky 4. Drunk Rocky 4. Hey, we love you guys. Hey, we'll see a lot of you guys on Saturday night on the Patreon stream. If you want to get in on that, if you think this was fucking weird, wait till Saturday night. We'll see you guys there. Links down below if you want to join in and get butt ass naked and stick chicken fingers in each other's assholes.
D-Land says it right. Hit that like button, man.
It's a dip.
We appreciate that. That gets the fucking thing going.
Yeah.
Like button.
It's considered a dip.
Yep. Yeah, that's what it is. See you guys.
Bye, guys. Good night.